Hello, we're going to jump right into the game today. No messing around. We're going to get right into following up on Detective Albert Wilde. And hopefully, I remember what we're doing. And hopefully, it's saved. Alright, so yeah, the crocodile guy left, Rudy left. Alright, looks like everybody's gone. Needed to use his phone. What do you want? Oh. So, about what happened earlier that triggered my completely unfair removal and ban from the premises. Gonna end that sentence with anything but an apology, you might want to rethink it. So, an apology would help? No, but it's the only thing that wouldn't make things worse. So I don't think I'm going to be trying the voices, but we'll see if I get in the spirit of it. Alright, I'm sorry for everything. Except for calling the lady's mother a hamster. She deserved that pie to the face. Well, turns out I was wrong. The apology made things worse too. Huh. Lots of familiar faces here tonight. What do you expect? It's a speakeasy. We got regulars. Regulars that all happen to be animals I know or who are relevant to the case I'm investigating? Yeah, I pride myself on running a convenient watering hole. So, is this when I ask you questions about each of them and get all the gossip straight from the stripy horse's mouth? Firstly, zebras are not stripy horses, and that stereotype has held us back for far too long. Secondly, we've got some very weird ideas about how bartenders work, Cat. Since when are we supposed to know everything about everyone? Since always. Like I said, weird ideas. But there's one familiar face I don't see here tonight. How's business lately? Better now that we've finished payments and repairs. Do you know how rainy this city is? And how many holes you left in the roof? Did I mention I'm sorry? Because I'm sorry. To be fair, it did end up being a great feature for marketing. Rustic skylights and all that. We even came up with a commemorative cocktail. Named it after you and everything. Wait. You're saying I indirectly inspired my own special cocktail? Wow, what an honor. Yeah, the Flaming Dumpster Fire is one of our best sellers. Who knew? I'll have a gin on the rocks. Sandstone, not granite. Shaken, then stirred, then shaken again, then left out for 5.3 minutes before one last shake, then combined with a whole lemon, a paper umbrella, and a tub full of moonshine still in the tub. You'll get a water and that's it. Water? What kind of speakeasy is this? The kind that doesn't want a repeat of previous incidents involving cats, tubs of moonshine, and $15,000 in property damage. But I'm a paying customer. I want my drink, damn it. Fine. Want to pay for the property damage while you're at it? Water's fine. I'm good, thanks. That's a bald-faced lie and you know it. Now sit down and shut up. Thought I used the phone to call for a ride. Oh, I did. Okay. I think I still need to give this guy something that will prove that I'm trustworthy. Go away. I'm not going to sit here and have you refuse to see that this is a conspiracy. I'm not talking until you see it too. You know how you said this was all part of a conspiracy? Well, you might be right. Turns out there have been tons of these holes appearing all over town. I told you. Or did I tell you? But maybe you already knew about that if you're part of the conspiracy. There are people who don't trust me with their lunch money. I don't think anyone would trust me with a large, spanning criminal underworld conspiracy. That kind of makes sense. Wait, did you mention criminal underworld? Yeah, that'd be the conspiracy part. My source says the various gangs in the city have been trying to chase down these holes and look for something. Or someone that appeared along with them. Some of them have even been trying to beat each other to the punch, or pay off others to go in and steal what they're looking for. Bad scene, as my source would say. Wait, what did you just say? Oh, that the gangs are trying to be first to find... No, the other thing. What your source said. Oh, she said it was a bad scene. Frankly, I feel like it's a bad pun, but you know... Alright, I'll trust you. I'm coming out. Phew, I thought you'd never come out. Now let's get a look at... you? What's wrong? Is my wool messy? Sorry, I haven't had a shower in a month, so... No, you just look a lot like someone I know. Uncannily, even. Like someone used the same model of sheep twice. Oh, I'm sure that's just coincidence. There's no other reason that someone would reuse the same model after all. Weren't you just complaining that I was treating the holes like a coincidence and ignoring the larger conspiracy? Now you're trying to say this is a coincidence? Of course. Because it's completely different. It's not like this is something where special attention is being called to it or anything. But you are calling special attention to it. Anyway, now you see what I'm talking about. This is all part of the cult's machinations. And the criminal underworld is its grasping paw. Hang on, back up a minute. Before we start unpacking that, airport's worth of baggage, what does any of this have to do with your wife and why you were hiding from her? Weren't you listening? She's a member of the cult. And she's taking part in whatever foul kidnappings they've got going on. Maybe even murder. You know this... how? Do you want me to start with reading it in her journal, or start with hearing it from her victim's own lips? I mean, either one would be fine, really. Where'd he go? Oh, he's over here now. I want to take a peek in your room, Mr. G. Hope you don't mind. Nope, nothing worth interacting with. Okay. It's a relief to have someone to tell about all of this. What do you need to know? Let's pace ourselves a bit. Start from the beginning. What happened the day you started hiding in your room? Well, it all started when Wilma headed off for the ballet recital. I'd rather be shaved by a blind yak than watch that stuff, so I decided to go out on the town. Before I could do that... yes. Suddenly a hole appeared in the wall with a loud bang. Actually, no. The hole had been there for a week already. She said it was for a skylight she was putting in. I was drinking some water and accidentally spilled some. Normally, I'd just wait for her to get home to clean it up. Classic man. But after I kept slipping on the puddle while I got ready, I finally decided to mop it up myself. Then it took me an hour to find the closet with cleaning supplies because, you know, not like I ever use them. When I opened it, I saw... what? Cleaning supplies? Well, yes, but I also saw him. Her victim. What victim? What makes you say victim? What else do you call something or someone who's been kidnapped, tied up, and stuck in a closet? Wait, back up. You're saying you found someone tied up in one of your closets? Yeah, that's what I just said. Pay attention. Not just someone, a strange, freakish creature, like nothing I'd ever seen before. May I represent that remark? No, I can't do the voice today. My throat's shot. I mean, it was a weird, small, four-legged cat, right? What? No, nothing like that. What part of never seen before didn't make sense to you? God, I'm amazed my wife hired you. Okay, so what was it if not a cat? He was pink, I guess? No fur at all, except on his head and chin. Hello, Sabelle. How are you? Stood on two legs, but a lot taller than me. Had the weirdest face I'd ever seen. Yes, I'm the title holder no longer. EPA? Well, don't stay up too late. So, you found a creature tied up in your broom closet. How do you know your wife was the one who tied him up? Because he told me when I took the gag off? Wait, he was gagged? And he could speak? That's usually why you gag someone, yes. He begged me to help him, said he had been trapped in there for at least a few days. Yes, around the time the hole appeared. Did he say how he got there? Well, yes and no. He said he had appeared in the apartment somehow, which didn't make any sense, and when I asked him to explain, his explanation made less sense. When I asked how he got in the closet, he was very clear there. It was my wife. My My perfidious partner, my suspicious squeeze, my... Mr. G, focus. How did she manage to overpower him? He said that when he first appeared, my wife was there in the apartment. Apparently she reassured him, explained some things, made him some tea to calm him down. But the tea tasted strange and he fell asleep, only to wake up in the closet, gagged and bound. I knew her tea was bad, but I had no idea it was that bad. I hope it's not as freezing cold where you are, Sobel, as it is where I am. You said that you were able to tell your wife was an evil kidnapper cultist from her journal? Well, sort of. It's also her day planner, you see. And her to-do list. She calls it her manifestation diary. Get the picture. So wait, you read this thing and somehow between her grocery list, 5-year plan, and dream diary, you got mad hostage-taking cultist out of it? I mean, it wasn't difficult. She put down cultist meeting in her day planner. Not the smartest cultist I've ever heard of. You sure she didn't write client meeting in really bad handwriting? No, that ends up looking like diet meeting. Let me tell you, the day I asked how the diet meetings were going was not a good day for me. What else did this creature say to you other than, help me, get me out of here? I mean, there was a lot of that. A lot. And of course there was when he told me about what my wife did. But everything else he said was weird. Right, you said something earlier about his explanation of appearing was weird and made no sense. What did he actually say? Honestly, I didn't understand a word of it. Something about orbity, blorbity, electrons, and moron particles, and spitting quintet numbers. That sounds less like an explanation and more like me when I'm drunk. Did this creature have a name? He did! What was it again? Humdinger? Schrödinger? Let me think. Oh, Schrödinger. That's it. Heck of a name. I feel for the guy. My last name's Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. See what I mean? Anyway, poor guy seemed kind of freaked out. Though, more about the closet thing than anything else, weirdly enough. Yes, because everything else seems so run-of-the-mill. Did he say anything else strange? Now that you mention it, he did keep asking about his cats? Creature in your closet claiming your wife drugged him and tied him up. I imagine you had some reaction to that. Well, my first reaction was to try and find something to drink. That was kind. Water for the prisoner. No, whiskey for me. Then while I was chugging, he started begging me to keep something safe for him to make sure my wife didn't get it. Between that, how big he was, and how weak he was after being trapped in there, I figured I needed help, so I went to my neighbor to ask for help. Did they? Well, see, that's the thing. When we got back, the poor thing was gone. Just vanished out of the closet entirely, no trace of him. But he just have escaped after you untied him and left the apartment by himself? You did untie him, right? Oh, I knew I forgot something. So if he was still tied up, then someone must have moved him. Either your wife or someone else. Either way, my wife had something to do with it. After we found the closet empty, I read her journal and... yeah, that's when I locked myself up. So you didn't suspect your wife of being a cultist or kidnapper before any of this? Nope, only suspected her of having bad taste in entertainment. I mean, ballet, really? All froofy, jumping, and pointy hooves. So you're saying that, oh, the giant hole that appeared in your living room didn't maybe clue you in that something was up? I figured she was just on one of her redecorating kicks again. Trust me, busting a giant hole in the wall is not the weirdest thing she's ever done. They keep saying wall, but it's the ceiling. Okay, so you didn't suspect her. But wouldn't she suspect you of being onto her? I mean, if she was holding this guy hostage, surely it would have occurred to her that the reason you freaked out and hid from her was because you found him. I don't think you realize how rarely I do any cleaning. I think that was the first time I'd ever opened the broom cupboard. She probably figured her secret was safe in there forever. Well, hopefully this has inspired you to do more cleaning around the house. Ew, no, I'll just live in filth, thanks. The creature mentioned keeping something safe from your wife. Yes, he seemed really agitated about it, so I took it with me when I went to go find help. Where is it now? I left it with my neighbor. I trust them, and they seemed like they knew how to keep it safe. Who would this neighbor be, and where can I find them? Well, probably next door. That I trust them. Doesn't mean I trust you. Wait, wasn't the whole song and dance about getting you out of the bedroom? About whether you could trust me? And... Anyway, I'm sure it's still safe and sound with them. I've talked to them since I started hiding, mind you, but they're good about this sort of thing. Still don't know what the big song and dance is about, though. 2 big songs and dances. You'd think that guy would have more things to worry about than some old collar. Wait, collar? The creature had collar on him? Sure did. Talked about it all the time, couldn't make head or tail of what he was saying. Mentioned something about looking for some other colors too? Can I take a look at your wife's journal? I'd like to see what's so suspicious in. Plus the... Alright, voice is done. Plus there might be a hint as to where she took the stuff. Over there, steel your mind for the horrors and evil within. You haven't seen my journal. Trust me, my mind is very, very steeled. Hold that thought. I need to check something. Oh, it's like I want place for a month. I think I can handle 5 minutes. My diary. Please keep out. That means you, Ed.
Let's see what's in here.
Today's schedule. Get up and make breakfast. Clean Ed's mess. Cleaning Ed's mess in time for lunch. Grocery shopping. Her appointment.
Gotta say, this isn't sounding particularly incriminating about her being a cultist.
Pick up dry cleaning. Pick up Jay for cult meeting. Cult meeting. Make dinner.
See, nothing at all out of the ordinary. Oh, right.
Shopping list. Eggs, bread, eggs, not Eds and Breg. Eggs, bread, milk, grass for Ed. Ethically sourced meat for me. Unethically sourced meat as a treat. Tea, sugar, sleeping powder. Odorless, tasteless. Rope, blindfold, gag. Keep for later fun with Ed. Cleaning detergent, incense, knife, new cloak, black. Sandwiches for tomorrow's cult meeting. Reminder, J dislikes mustard and M hates mayo. J and M, eh? Cupcakes for tomorrow's cult meeting.
Wow. This is some dark, evil stuff. I mean, she went and got store-bought cupcakes for her secret cult meeting instead of home-baked. That woman's a monster.
My personal goals and manifestations.
Wow. She even used glitter pens on that last word.
Find happiness in my comfortable home. Tell Ed to clean his own mess for once. Earn enough money to afford ballet lessons. Twist the laws of reality and morality to serve the members of our cult of greatness and to enrich us with wealth and power beyond our wildest dreams. Spend more time in the great outdoors. Pick up knitting. Dear Diary, exciting day today. I was cleaning up yet another one of Ed's messes when, wouldn't you know it, some strange guy suddenly appeared out of a hole in my living room. I know, I can't believe it either. Aren't I the luckiest? He said he was looking for some cats and their collars. Apparently they have some sort of power. Naturally, I did what any smart lady does in such a situation. I drugged him, tied him up, and stuck him in my closet. I'm a genius. After all, he might be exactly what our cozy little cult has been waiting for all these years. The ticket to everything we've dreamed of. I'll tell the other members of the ritual tomorrow since I'm already bringing potato salad. I may need to ask Jay to help me move him. Luckily, no one will ever find him. It'll be a cold day in hell when Ned actually opens the fruit cupboard. Dear Diary, what a day. I'm so excited. After longing for it for so long, I finally got to see the latest production of Swan Lake. Hooray! It was absolutely indescribable, just like the other 20 versions I saw. I've already bought tickets to the next one. I've heard it might involve a goat. I also took advantage of dear Ed being out of the house with his friends and finally got my house guest moved to the cult HQ. Whew, one less chore around the house. Everyone was really excited about our visitor and agreed we should keep him at the mansion. It was really heavy to carry, though. Thank goodness Jay came along to help. We got him to the cult meeting and had quite the lively interrogation. It was quite late when I got home, and dear sweet Ed must have already gone to bed, innocent as a lamb. But the silly sheep left the door locked. Oh dear.
This one's dated for today. She must have written it before I showed up.
Things I'm worried about. World hunger and poverty. The price of eggs. Whether the other cult members will like the pie I baked for tonight's meeting. Where the last 2 callers have gotten to. We have 3 of the 5, but the first one is still missing, and M ended up losing the 5th. How are we supposed to achieve our goals without them? My poor sweet Ed. I wish I had the foggiest idea of what's bothering him. I can't think of a single thing that could explain why he's suddenly so scared and defensive of me. And I'm massively overpaying for Detective Wilde's, talents.
Getting a bargain, more like it. But wait, M lost the 5th.
So M would be Manny the Mantis.
Could that be Mantis?
So it's so why is she
Do I
involved?
have
Probably
the
all the
5th
other
caller?
all the organized crime folks.
That's everything. Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to think. But hang on. Today's schedule, tomorrow's meeting, all of these entries are dated, meaning I can tell when these cult meetings are happening. Looks like they happen every week like clockwork. Using my deductive skills, I can work out the next one will be tonight. Or I could have guessed that from the entry from today that mentioned tonight's meeting. Sure.
Excellent detective
I
work.
guess.
All right. Mr. G, you're relieved to have somebody to tell about all of this. What do you need to know? I finished reading your wife's diary. It's a lot longer than the books I usually read. Not even any pictures. Thought the writing was subpar and... Never mind that, you idiot. What about the proof of her crimes? Did you see? Yeah, it is my professional experienced opinion that your wife is totally a cultist. Yep. Much is my wife paying you for these amazing leaps of insight and intellect? Never mind that. The journal mentioned some sort of meeting she goes to regularly. Do you know where that might be? Now, here's the thing. She hasn't technically committed any crimes. Because being in a cult is not illegal. And while, yes, she did drug, tie up, and lock in a broom closet that strange pink animal, that strange pink animal is not from this dimension and thus has no rights. No clue. Okay, do you have any idea about this J character? Seems to be a culty friend of your wife. No idea. Do you actually know anything about your wife's personal life at all? Friends, pastimes, hobbies? No, why would I bother staying updated on all of that? She's just my wife. I'm beginning to think the two of you might just deserve each other. Alright, well, I've got to figure out how to crash a cult meeting. Now you're out of your room, you might want to get somewhere safe. Don't have to tell me twice. This whole thing is definitely what I would call a bad scene. You've given me an idea. Never thought I'd say this, but I might actually have to go to talk to the cops. Uh-oh.
So Mr. G's wife is involved with something sinister, and more callers are showing up. But that's not what's got me thinking. Two things are bugging me. One, I have a big itch on my back that I just can't reach.
I hate that.
And two, Mr. G's a sheep. Which would be fine if Elma wasn't a sheep as well. That's too many sheeps in one case just to be a coincidence. Something's not adding up.
Is he counting sheep? He might fall asleep.
And since I suck at basic math, I'm gonna go talk to Betty. She at least can count above 10, I think.
Well, look who's back. I still can't help you, you know. Does that mean you can help me, you can't help me, or you can't not help me? It means I clearly have to pick a simpler code, one that your tiny brain can actually wrap around. Either way, I'm here for something you can help me with, or can help me with, whatever. You've got records on everyone in the city in your filing cabinets, right? I need to check up on someone relevant to the case. Sure, I suppose. You're just lucky my files are organized. What's their last name? sheep who may be related to this case. Elma Gautier. Female name? I'm amazed you met a woman who could tolerate you for more than 60 seconds. Hey, I've got plenty of female friends. Some of them even tolerate me for more than 90 seconds. Anyway, do you have a file on her? Let me check my drawers. Searching for files. And, ooh, boy, I sure do have a file on her. Got a list of crimes here down to my hoof. Like what? Stealing, kidnapping, murder? More like 20 cases of is a femme fatale and a noir drama, so is clearly guilty of something. All that and the petty theft, fencing stolen goods, blackmail, solicitation, and taking candy from a baby? Which? She's got a diverse portfolio of skills, that's all. I don't suppose she has any relatives, does she? I don't know, a brother? As unknown as Gautier. What does that mean, as Gautier? As compared to what? The Yorkshire Terrier named Steve? I mean, you're not totally wrong. Wait, I'm not. Man, Elma, sorry, Steve pulled a fast one on me. I didn't even notice the wagging tail. No, I mean, more that she's gone by another name before Gautier, according to this. Looks like the first thing we have on file for is a petition for a legal name change. Gautier is what she changed it to. What? Why? Apparently the legal reason she wrote on her form was, my original family name is bad. How bad? Apparently her original family name was Gesundheit? Wait, Gesundheit? That's the same last name as the other sheep I've been talking to. They must be related or something. This is one of your all sheep look-alike things, Al. I swear to salt licks. No, I think I'm onto something. Look up Gesundheit. I didn't sneeze. Yes, I know that's just the last name, and we've already done that gag to death. Look up files for any male sheep with the name Gesundheit, or I guess Gesundheit. I think that's enough for off of Al. Frankly, it's much more than you usually give me to go off of. Searching for files. Man, I got acupuncture today, and my hand is sore from where they've been stuck the needles in. Ah, here we go. Mr. Gesundheit in the system for a parking violation. He was blocking a zebra crossing. Poor zebras. Let's see, yeah, that's definitely him. Ooh, my client. Well, more like the husband of my client. Long story, what does the file say? Let's see, he works in an office. Occasional arrests for public drunkenness, but who doesn't have those in this town? Family connection says he's married to a wolf. Mrs. Gesundheit? Yeah, that would be my client or my suspect. It's a bit complicated. Any other family members? Well, looks like his parents are deceased. And his living relative is half-sister, E. Gesundheit. E. Gesundheit. Elma Gesundheit. I knew it. I knew they were connected somehow. Mr. G's half-sister, E. Gesundheit. It's Elma. Elma and Mr. G are siblings. Wait, you mean your stupid insistence that every animal knows every other animal of the same species actually paid off for once? What can I say? I'm a genius. It's part of being such a master detective. Okay, master detective. What are the implications of these two being related? Obviously, clearly they are. I don't know, actually. This is my surprise face. You know who would know? One of the siblings in question. I need to go talk to them and find out what's up. Because that's fair. At least you're doing something that could be vaguely mistaken for detective work if you squint at it. Which is more than the police department is doing. Hey, you helped tons. Or you didn't help. Because you're not supposed to. You're really totally unhelped. You know what? Whatever. I'll take the compliment. Go see these two witnesses and see what they say. Who knows? It might even have something to do with this case as opposed to weird serendipity. One last thing. Schrodinger? There's one more name that's popped up. Mind looking up Schrodinger in your files? Hang on, I think I know that name. Let me check our records. Searching for files. Yeah, he's a physics professor at the local university, apparently. Talks a lot about things like, well, things my underpaid police hind doesn't understand. Entanglement, wave mechanics. Ha, let me guess, he's been missing for the past, say, month or so? No, he's been out of town attending some sort of bigwig seminar about physics. A likely story. Probably just a cover for him being missing while he was actually trapped in a wolf's closet with a gag in his mouth. Interesting theory, but considering the newspapers have had pictures of him for weeks, with headlines like "Local University Professor Amazes International Community with Lecture," that'd be pretty hard to explain. Which, of course, you would have known if you ever read the newspaper. I just glance over it for the classifieds and the comics. Those are the only important bits anyway. Still, that's strange. If Schrodinger's been out of town with an airtight alibi, who's the guy in the closet claiming to be Schrodinger? Beats me, maybe ask him? That should have been her dialogue. That's going to be a bit of a toughie, but maybe our secret siblings might be able to shed more light on the situation. He's so cute when he drives. Alright, oh, where is everyone? Alright, Mr. G. Mr. G? Oh, hey, look, I know this looks bad, but I can explain. What are you doing at the bar? I thought you were in hiding. You know, the whole locked in your room for a month thing. Yeah, do you know how hard it is to get good booze when you're locked in your bedroom? I figured now that it was safe to come out, I deserved a drink. Or 2, or 10. Making up for lost time, huh? While you're at it, how about making up for lying to me when we talked earlier? What? I didn't lie. You didn't tell me Elma was your sister. Oh, that, well... Firstly, she's just a half-sister, so that's only a half lie to start with. Secondly, I still didn't lie. I just didn't tell you my family tree. Which has nothing to do with anything anyway. Oh, really? So you're claiming that the only other sheep involved with the case knowing about weird collars and secret underground shenanigans, you know, the same kind of stuff you encountered, only knows about it because of a total and complete coincidence with absolutely nothing to do with your family connection. Gee, that just seems like a really bad coincidence, doesn't it? Yeah, 2 half-siblings both end up in a bad scene by coincidence. Okay, you've made your point. This needs... I know it's like version 0.2, but they need to get this story where the dialogue is attributed to the right characters. You're right, okay? Yes, Elma's my half-sister. Same RAM, different U's. We're not super close, but we have each other's backs when we're in trouble. Like, you know, 1 month ago, when I reached out to her for help. So what happened? I assume she was the friend you mentioned who helped you before. Yeah, after I found the creature in the cleaning cupboard, I knew I needed help to get him out of there. And it had to be someone I could trust completely. I called her and arranged to meet her there that night. Explained who I found, what he told me about my wife, everything. She agreed to take the guy back to her place and hide him where it was safe. But by the time you two got back to your place, the hostage was gone. Exactly. At first, she accused me of setting up a stupid prank, but when she saw the hole in my wife's diary, that's when she told me to barricade myself in my room. She'd take care of everything else and come get me when everything was safe. Which she didn't, meaning she's either the world's worst sister or things weren't safe. Or you both. Elma sure seemed to know something about these weird appearances and things. Did she already know what was up when you reached out? Yeah, she'd never heard of any of this before. She didn't believe me at first, with all the talk about collars and weird holes. Well, you know, some animals have certain tastes. No, I mean the guy's collar and the big hole in the ceiling. You tomcats. So she'd never heard of anything like this before, and knew less than you did. Well, it certainly started that way. I got the sense that she might have found out a little more later on, though. But you saw her a month ago when you tried to help the kidnapped creature. What about after that? You know, I wasn't exactly being social considering I was locked in my room the whole time. I mean, you could have always tried smoke signals or something. No, but I did manage to sneak out of the room once to call her while my wife was out. I was thinking she might be able to spring me free. But she was in a hurry. All she managed to ask was, are there any more collars, it turned out. Said they might be worth more than we thought. That certainly sounds familiar. I assume you hadn't. Like I said, locked in my room. She said that for now, that might be the safest place for me. Apparently it was a bad scene out there. Was the whole bad scene a code between you and Emily, Thelma, that I could be trusted or something? No, nothing like that. It's just how Elma talks about her little side gigs, if you catch my drift. I'm physically incapable of catching drifts, but I can at least smile and nod as if I understand. And that's enough for me. I figured when you said it that you'd at least talk to Elma, and if she told you what was up, that was probably enough reason to come out and talk to you. So it proved that she trusted me, so you could too? Trust is a strong word. Let's go with considered you vaguely useful enough to actually loop you in on some info. Hey, I'll take it. Is there anything else you can think of about her involvement with the case? Anything she told you before or after? Anything you told her? Mostly just told me to keep myself safe in the non-streamer sense, chat. And she'd keep the caller safe in turn. Wait a minute. Back up. A little further, just to the left. There. She's got the closet guy's collar? Yeah, he was adamant that it was important and needed to be kept safe, so I brought it with me when I went to ask for help. After he vanished, I gave it to her for safekeeping. I didn't want my wife to find it after all. But good news and bad news. The good news is your wife probably won't find it. The bad news is that's because I'm pretty sure Elma sold it to some lowlifes. Actually, I asked her about that when she called and mentioned the collars were worth money. I asked if she'd already sold the one she had. She said she wanted enough dough so we could both skip town together in style. And apparently whoever was buying these collars would pay way more if she could offer a full set of them. So you're saying she still has that first collar? Oh boy. It's all coming together in my head. In a pretty jumbled mess that I can't make head or tail of. I think I'm going to have to talk to your sister. You know where she is? I mean, if she's not here at the bar, she'd be at her apartment this time of day. Can you give me the address? I never managed to charm her into inviting me back to her place. How utterly unsurprising. Still, if she humored you enough to fill you in on her little color con, I suppose I can humor you with her address. Go tell her I'm out, will ya? Alright. I got a bad feeling about this.
Should have known the minute that dame started looking sheepish.
Don't be racist.
Well, I mean, she always looks sheepish. She's a sheep.
Yes.
But she's wrapped up in this case tighter than my belt after Christmas dinner.
Ooh-wee.
Which would be pretty tight if I wore a belt. I think it's time she gave me some real answers. Ideally spelled out in small words with a helpful diagram.
That would be
Maybe
nice.
with puppets.
Ooh, puppets are nice.
I do love puppets.
Alright, Elma, the wool's out of the washer. Time you gave me some clear, clean, organized answers. Is now a bad time? It's always a bad time when you're involved, darling. It's almost adorable, to be honest. Are you alright? Perfectly fine, sweetie. But I wish I could say the same for my apartment. How am I supposed to project aloof elegance like this? What happened? Not entirely sure. I was out on the town and found my place like this when I got back. Let me guess. Is this Mantis's calling card? Or is it one of his nefarious friends? My word, look at you saying things that are actually halfway intelligent and on point for once. Why, thank you. It's definitely skill and not a lucky guess. Just like it was skill and not luck that I ended up meeting your half-brother. Ah, right, that. My, you have been busy. How is Ed, by the way? Out of his room and at the bar getting drunk. No thanks to his deadbeat sister leaving him in there to rot while she makes off with all the valuables. That's not exactly what happened. I can explain. Oh, thank you. I figured all this info out, but I have no idea what any of it means, so I need someone to tell me. That's the owl I know and benevolently tolerate. Here, come talk to me while I get things cleaned up a bit. I suppose you've got questions for me. You could say that. Let's start at the basics. I'm good at them. Well, middling. I want you to tell me how you got tied into this. I heard Mr. G's version, but I want to hear yours and see if it lines up. Also, I could use the refresher that was like 10 minutes ago. Fine, it started about a month ago. I was minding my beeswax when I get a call from Ed, my brother. He was frantic. He begged me to come round there and meet in private. When he got here, he explained that he found some guy tied up in the cleaning cupboard. The guy had appeared through the hole in his roof, and then his wife had trapped him. Did you believe any of it? I mean, I kinda wouldn't put it past his wife. Real wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? She looked like a wolf in wolf's clothing to me. The rest seemed pretty far-fetched. Especially when we got to his place and the closet was empty. I figured he was pulling the wool over my eyes. What convinced you were telling the truth? Well, for starters, how terrified he was. My brother can't act to save his life. But mostly what convinced me was reading his wife's journal. He matched her handwriting and his story. That was when I freaked out and told Ed to lock himself in his room. I was worried his wife would do something bad, and I wanted him to be safe. Why not ask him to come stay with you instead? Wouldn't he be much safer here? Have you met my brother and seen how he cleans? My apartment would look worse than it does now. Besides, his wife would have been way more suspicious if he left like that. Yeah, not like she was suspicious that her husband suddenly locked himself in his room for a month with no explanation. That's not suspicious at all. Look, I panicked, okay? At least he was safe while I found a way to get us both out of town. And actually, she wasn't suspicious. Speaking of safe, what about the collar? Did he give it to you for safekeeping? Yes, he did. He said the guy in the closet said it was very important, that he begged Ed to keep it safe from his wife and her weird cult brunch group. Ed didn't know what was so important about it, but he felt he owed it to the guy, and I figured I'd humor him and help out by keeping it safe. Let me guess, you said yes because you knew the gangs were looking for them and paying big money. Wrong as usual. The gangs hadn't said a word about the collars. This was the first I'd ever seen or heard of them. I took the collar and hid it just for my brother's sake. It was only later that it became clear how valuable it was. So you told Mr. G to hole up in his room and took the collar with you. What happened next? I assume you had some sort of plan. I was going to arrange for both of us to get out of town. Between my sister-in-law and the kooky cult family, I figured Ed wasn't safe here, so neither was I. Holy God, do you know how much bus tickets out of the city cost? I swear, the trolley company, they're fleecing us blind. Tell me about it. I tried to go on a trip once and a return ticket would have cost me both my kidneys. At least since you were going one way, it'd only be one each. Well, I like my kidneys where they are, thank you. Besides, that's just the crappy bus. A lady like me has to travel in style. Plus, you know, we'd need money to set ourselves up in wherever we move to. So we couldn't go anywhere until I scored some funds, and on a lounge singer's salary, you get why it took a while. Let me guess, that's where the collar came in. Sort of. Like I told you before, I started hearing chatter in the underbelly about the gangs looking for collars like the one I had. I put two and two together and realized they'd want mine too. And I did consider just selling it and getting clear, but then I realized they weren't just looking for one, but for as many as they could find. You got greedy. Had an idea. Look, selling that collar would have gotten one of us as far as Dogbuttville, middle of Dogbutt. Like I said, highway robbery. Selling a set of collars could set us both up for life. But yeah, I held on to the one my brother gave me, and I started looking for opportunities to grab a few more if I could. Figured I could collect a few, sell them all together for big bucks to the highest bidder. Except that Mantis put a little fly in your ointment. Darling, I don't use ointments. This is all natural glow. So what started the gangs all hunting for these collars anyway? Let me guess. You wanted cash, so you told them about the one you found and convinced them that they're valuable. Darling, you do well as a fiction writer, except for, you know, the whole being unable to spell and string sentences together thing. I didn't tell a soul about the collar. Trust me, they started talking about those collars perfectly fine without my help. When did that start? I'd say within about a week or so of when I went to my brother's place. In other words, within a week of the cult removing the closet guy out of your brother's apartment. Think it's connected? I kinda hope not. I don't like the idea of the criminal organizations of this town working for a weird kidnapping cult. Anyway, they only said that the colors were incredibly valuable. I haven't got the foggiest why that would be. I've got my thoughts on why. But they did also say they were only expecting a limited number to show up. And they would pay a premium to get every single one. So what about this cult your sister-in-law's hanging out with? Do you know anything about them? Not really. No more than my brother did, I suppose. But clearly they're up to no good. Who sticks a guy in a closet for weeks and then takes him somewhere else? Well, there was this one time in school when one of the class clowns locked me in a closet for a week. I don't believe it. What, that I was stuck there for a week? No, that you went to school. I totally did, and this guy locked me in the closet. Well, okay, he didn't lock anything. I just didn't know how to open doors, so I sat there for a week. See, that I do believe. But as for this cult, any clue as to where they might have taken that guy in the closet? Which part of I don't know anything didn't make sense to you? Probably wherever they're holding their meetings, wherever that might be. Aha, so if I can find their hideout, I can solve the mystery. Somehow, I guess. I don't know. As good idea as any others I've had. That's not a ringing endorsement. So you've had one of the colors with you for a while. What do you know about them? Next to nothing, really. Apparently the guy in the closet explained it to Ed, but Ed didn't understand a word of it, and neither did I when he tried to remember it. They're soaked in... what was it? Precipitation? Participles? Particles. That's it, some kind of particles. But really, it just looked like a really boring, ordinary color. So you, never figured out the little trick you can do? What little trick? Oh, nothing. Just something that would have probably helped with your money and transportation woes. What? Anyway, I take it the gangs weren't forthcoming either about why they wanted these things. No, only that there were a certain number and that they were looking to collect every single one. That's why I figured I should get as many as I could. Get a better price. Ironic, and now you've got no colors at all. First, that's not what irony is. Second, yes I do. Wait, what? Wait, back up. Did you say you still have the color? Of course, I'm not a lost little lamb, darling. I made sure to hide it where nobody else would ever find it. Where? You're not really understanding the point of a hiding spot, are you? It's to make sure nobody finds what's there. Telling you would defeat the purpose. Well, I'm a nobody, so does that mean I find what's there? I'm not telling you where I hid it. So good luck finding it. You didn't really answer the earlier question properly. Do you have any idea who broke in and did this? My non-existent monies on Mantis and his crop tiers. They were the ones who caught me with that collar. I wouldn't be surprised if they suspected I might have another. Not to mention, you know, someone happened to start asking me questions while one of his goons was staking me out. Really? Who was that? They might be relevant to the case. Oh, you mean me. Oops. Are you sure it was Mantis's gang? Could have been one of the others. Or maybe even the cult that Mrs. G's a part of. Other gangs might be possible. Gossip spreads on the seedy part of town. If they heard about me trying to steal from Mantis, maybe they thought I'd stolen from them too. As for the cult, maybe? I don't even know much about it other than the diary. How would they know I was involved or where I live? Right? It's not like your sister-in-law is part of a cult or anything. You know, every now and again you say something smart and I don't like it. I may not know who's behind it, but at least have a lead on finding the animal who actually broke in and tore up the place. You do? How? Whoever was here got sloppy and left their hat behind. It's definitely not one of my hats, or Ed's, or his wife's. All I have to do is go through the other, couple million animals in town and figure out whose hat it is. Easy, right? Interesting. Mind if I take a look at it? I might be able to identify it or find a way to track its owner. I really doubt that, but knock yourself out. It's over there in the middle of the mess. I should have known your wool was dirty, Elma. You lied to me. Firstly, that's not a question. Secondly, when? All that stuff I told you about the gangs looking for collars was the honest truth. You didn't tell me that you had a brother. You didn't exactly ask about my family, sweetie. You were too busy being smug about pineapple regret. Besides, why would I mention him? Not like I had any reason to think he was relevant to your investigation. You mean other than the fact that he found a hole in his apartment like the one in my case, met someone with the collar like the one in my case? Okay, maybe there was some reason to think he might be relevant. My point is, you made it sound like you only heard vague rumors from your contacts. You never mentioned you actually found a collar and learned about what was going on. And my point is, my brother was trapped in his apartment by that wolf of a wife and his cult of kidnappers. I wasn't about to put him at risk by sharing more than I had to. Particularly not in the middle of a public bar. Still, I'm not sure I can trust you. Darn, I'll try to contain my disappointment. I gotta go. Let's look at that hat. Over there in the middle of the mess. No sign of those colors. Boy, searching is thirsty work. I imagine it is. Mind if I get a drink? I could use something strong. As you can see, there isn't any booze in the cabinet, so I can't really offer any. Oh, but I imagine you've got some in the secret compartment, right? What secret compartment? Oh, I have this exact same cabinet in my office, and I keep my booze in the secret compartment. The secret compartment where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to ever find. Anyway, let me grab that drink. Wait, This isn't booze. This is just that color you were hiding. I thought you already had that figured out and were just coming up with an excuse to get close and open it up. Yeah, that's definitely what I was trying to do. Definitely wasn't just trying to find your secret booze stash. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting you have that color. Ed told me to keep it safe. And besides, it's mine and I earned whatever cash I can sell it for. Nice try, but I need it as part of the investigation. It could crack the case wide open. I don't care about your investigation. I care about my brother and I that money. So I'm not handing it over to you. Let me put it this way. Whoever's behind this has already proven they're dangerous enough to absolutely wreck your place looking for whatever colors you have, right? If they think you still have any, the next time they might try and do worse to you. Maybe wreck your face, or worse, your wool. They wouldn't dare. Between criminal gangs and kidnapping cults, I think you know they'd absolutely dare. And you know blood doesn't wash out of wool. The cat fur, totally washable. Everything looks clean off, baby. If I have the color, I'm the one they'll try and kill. Well, why didn't you say so? Take it. Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be harder to convince you than that. What can I say? You sweetened the pot a little. Besides, I can always grab it back off your corpse. I have experience with that. I just don't know how stupid color is supposed to help the investigation. I'm not quite sure either, but I know one way one color can be useful. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, what? Nothing. Don't worry about it. I just have to figure out how it might help. But I'll keep this one safe in the meantime. That's not what I was looking for, though. I was looking for a hat. You said there was a hat in the middle of the mess. Nope, never mind. I don't see a hat in the middle of the mess. That's a plate.
Nah, I shouldn't leave yet. There's something I'm still missing, besides my marbles.
Alright, so what am I... Yeah, but what is it? I looked for the hat. I don't see any other things to click on other than her, and I've clicked on her. Gamers never look up. Nope. Okay. Alright, so I don't have questions for her. Now, how am I stymied by this? What am I missing, chat? What do I not see? It's not like there's other things you can do other than interact with the things that you already... that have the yellow dots on them. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who braked in Elma's. But it said it was the hat in the middle of the mess, and I don't see either of those things. Is that it? Oh, there it is. There we go. That made it hard to see.
Elma's right. The thief did leave a hat. Not a particularly stylish one either. I call it the Cow Pat Special. Hang on. I've seen this hat before.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen someone wearing it.
That's normally what happens with hats. Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh!
Wait a minute. It can't... Then Jay is... It's Jimmy.
Not Jimmy.
The thief. The one working with the cult.
No.
It's Jimmy. Should have known he was a stool pigeon.
Wah, wah. That's not what that... Oh.
Or, well, the opposite,
Yeah, I
I
was
guess.
gonna say.
I should tell Elma who did this.
I know who tried to rob you. I recognize that hat. It's Jimmy's. And he's working for the cult. He's... Jay and Mrs. G's diary. Jimmy, I don't... Wait, you mean Jimmy had the newspaper hat? Now that you mention it, he does always wear hats like these. That little creep. I'm gonna show him a bad scene. You're not going to be impressed with my awesome detective work. I think I'm too much in shock to really wrap my head around it, honestly. But this, you shouldn't go after Jimmy. Okay, we've looped back to stupid again. This is familiar territory. What I mean is, he's our best link to the cult. The journal said they're having another meeting soon. It's guaranteed he'll have to go back and report how this break-in went, right? That's my chance to follow him back to wherever this cult meets and get the drop on him, hopefully save the Claus guy from their clutches, solve the mystery of the collars and the cats, and save the day. That doesn't sound as much fun as just punching him in the beak. Besides, how are you going to follow him back to the cult lair? With my feline skills of tracking and stealth, surely. Okay, maybe plan B might be a good idea. Maybe I could convince him to take me with him. Ah, what are you going to do? Try and trade my hard-won collar to him so he'll bring you along? Don't be absurd. I wouldn't use that collar to get to him. But wait, what if I used a different collar to get to him? I've done it. I have a foolproof way to get myself instantly to this cult place once Jimmy gets there. You do? How? I'm not telling. This time, I'm going to be with the one with all the secrets. Doesn't that annoy you now the shoe's on the other paw? Not particularly, darling. That would involve caring, which I don't. Well, fine then.
Anyway, my plan was perfect. Get my collar on Jimmy somehow. Wait until he's left for the cult meeting, then use it to teleport to his location. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get the collar on him. But how to do it.
Hello? Hello? Are you there?
Pat him on the back and tape it to him.
No.
No. Catapult it onto his neck. No.
No. He's monologuing again, isn't he? God darn
Boy,
it.
coming up with brilliant plans is hungry work. I'm starving. I could use a sandwich. Wait. That's it.
Elma, can I use your kitchen? I need to make a sandwich quickly. You know, sometimes the way your brain works terrifies me, sweetie. You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Make me a sandwich while you're at it. The kitchen's right through there. Probably it won't be too messy. Oh,
If there's one universal truth among animals, it's that everyone wants a sandwich when they're hungry. It's true for me, and that means it's true for everyone. Besides, Mrs. G's diary mentioned making sandwiches for a cult.
Ooh, good thinking, Albert.
So there's no way Jimmy's gonna turn down a sandwich. Not even one with a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient being my collar. All I have to do is wait for him to take the sandwich with him to the cult meeting and then teleport there and nab them in the act. But first, I have to make the sandwich. It has to be a sandwich tasty enough for Jimmy to take it with him, but not so tasty that he bites into it and gets a beak full of collar. And it's gotta be thick and sloppy enough to hide the collar. So, to start, let's go with... What self-respecting pigeon is gonna turn down bread and birdseed? In fact, maybe I should put in an extra slice in the middle. You know, bread sandwich. Jimmy's gonna love it. Maybe a few extra slices just to be
give him a
sure.
loaf of bread.
Next, I'll add... Looks like this small wilted cabbage is the only veggie Elma has in her fridge. I guess sheep go through their veggies pretty quick. Cabbage is basically the same as lettuce, right? Totally. I'll just stuff whole leaves of it in. I'll put the whole head of cabbage in,
Jesus
just to be
Christ,
safe.
Albert.
It's small. It'll be fine. Now, next.
Well, I guess I'm putting in tons of
A
mustard.
good sandwich always has tons of mustard.
But Jimmy
And
hates
by
mustard.
good sandwich, I mean sandwich that I like. Of course, Mrs. G's diary did mention that Jimmy disliked mustard, but he's a bad guy, and therefore wrong. So, tons of mustard. Now to add.
The final
Okay.
ingredient.
Just have to smoosh my collar in the middle of all this bread and cabbage and mustard.
What a terrible
I
sandwich.
guess this would count as adding collard greens.
Oh, Jesus,
Well,
that's a scary laugh.
I thought it was funny. Good job, internal me. All right, sandwich is all ready to go. Now I just have to get it to Jimmy. There's nothing else I have to do here.
Al, sweetie, have you made an extra sandwich for me?
Okay, one thing I have to do. I think there's enough bread and mustard left. I've left enough for Elma's next lunch. I'm sure a wilted cabbage leaf, a half slide of bread, and a dollop of mustard is enough, right?
Here you go, Elma. Have your disgusting sandwich. Here, I made an extra sandwich for you like you asked. This isn't a sandwich, it's 3 slices of bread glued together with mustard. Sounds like a sandwich to me. Oh, this is lettuce. Wait, is this cabbage? Where did you find all this stuff? It was all in that handy sandwich making kit down your countertop, the green bag. You realize that was my garbage, right? All my old and out-of-date things. I was supposed to all the very nice ingredients in my fridge. Did you even open my fridge? Can't say I did, but it's all good. I'm sure your leftover stuff will make a great sandwich. I think this cabbage leaf has gained sentience. Alright, I've got my sandwich and my plan to track down the cult. What about you? Will you be okay? You know me, darling, I'll be fine. This will of mine washes clean. Maybe you should go check on your brother at the bar. If I don't take this weird maybe cult maybe gang down, which you probably won't, you two should get somewhere safe. Alright, I'll go join him as soon as I'm done here. We may not have money to skip town, but we can at least hole up somewhere in the meantime. Now, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but thanks for your help. You're welcome. That means I'm not on cleanup duty here, right? Just go, okay? I gotta go.
Back to where it all started. To the bird who sold me that newspaper that got me onto this case to start with. I should have known. Can't trust anyone in this crazy town. Backstabbing, underhanded, criminal lowlifes. All of them. I'm the one bringing them all to justice. Shining a light on whatever weird, criminal, culty ring has got its claws into this city. Just wish, justice and truth paid a bit better.
Hey, Jimmy, how's it going? Where's your hat? Ah, it's you again. What do you want, cat? I think this is the first time I've ever seen you bare-crested, Jimmy. Where's that hat of yours? Beats me. Dropped it somewhere, I suppose. So you look so much different without it. More sinister, suspicious. Better than being a cat looking sinister and suspicious all the time. Anyway, you didn't answer the question. What do you want? I want you to confess that you are hungry. You've been here for hours. Surely you've got to be peckish. Get it? Because you're a bird and I decide if I hate cats or if I just hate you. Anyway, to talk about someone who's made you a sandwich, I figured you can take it and have it on your break. Wherever that might be happening. You made me a sandwich? Why? Actually, I'm handing out sandwiches to everyone. I came by to give one to you and, Rudy, but I guess Rudy's out, so... Why are you handing out sandwiches of all things? Because I feel like I need to make a better effort to be nice to people. And everyone loves sandwiches, obviously. Except for animals with no way to process gluten. You know, like us birds. Surely. Oh. Right. Trust me, this sandwich is worth nightmarish indigestion. What kind of sandwich is it, anyway? See this bread? It's birdseed loaf. You like birdseed, right? Sure, but not enough to make a whole sandwich out of. Wait, is that 3 slices? Maybe you'd like it. I sincerely hope you didn't just make a sandwich out of 3 slices of bread. There's something else in there, right? Oh, most definitely. Something you can really sink your beak into. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a nice meal for later. Like, later during your break. Not now. And, maybe not before you get where you're going for your break. Which is home, I'm sure. But could be somewhere else fun, I'm sure. Oh, you also might not want to bite your beak down too hard. Some of the, fillings are a bit on the tough side. Whatever. I'll take the sandwich if it'll shut you up. Great, here you go. All wrapped up in a nice little paper bag, ready for you to have later. What are you standing around for? Waiting to watch me eat it? No, just waiting for a nice thank you for my thoughtfulness and willingness to bury the hatchet. I'm gonna be waiting a long time. Now go wait somewhere else. I gotta clear up before I head off for my break.
All the pieces are in motion. It's the point of no return. The moment when the facts come to light and the case solves itself. The moment when I'm finally able to figure out what the heck is going on. Sometimes, partly, bits and pieces. If that. Jimmy's got the sandwich with the collar inside it. By now, he'll be on his way to the cult meeting, if he isn't there already. Planning ritual kidnappings and home break-ins is hungry work. Obviously, he'll want to bring a tasty and filling sandwich to their hideout to munch on, meaning I can teleport there via the collar inside. And once I'm there, all I have to do is bring the entire cult to justice. Expose their ties to the criminal underworld, save the closet guy, and get justice for that poor dead warehouse kitty.
Oh, I almost forgot about that kitty.
I have no idea how I'll do all that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as I go along.
Jimmy!
Right. Jimmy should be. Wherever he is, wherever that may be, I've got no clue where this'll teleport me to. I flip this switch, and there might be no coming back. Not without a long, long walk. Let's go, before Jimmy gets too peckish and starts tearing into that sandwich.
Here we go. I hope I didn't miss anything. I think it's really funny that there was like one random side-scrolling beat-em-up section early on, and then since then it's just been a like basically a visual novel with a dash of hello. Why is it in color? Why am I in color?
Whoa. What is this place? What is that stuff on the trees? Why are they green all of a sudden? And how do I even know what green is? Well, if it's in color, this place has to be important, right?
Did we wind up in Oz?
This must be the cult hideout. Seeing as Jimmy definitely would have taken such a nice sandwich all the way to HQ for their little meeting. He definitely wouldn't have thrown the sandwich away out the window of his car like it was garbage. What the heck? How could he toss my paw-made sandwich like that? I spent minutes slaving away to make that. I'm gonna make him pay.
Oh, disappointing.
Besides, throwing things out of a moving vehicle, that's litter. I can excuse cult rituals and kidnapping, but litter is where I draw the line. Better keep this safe. It seems to end up in the garbage otherwise. Now to find where Jimmy went. I'd better be careful. This is cult territory after all. The whole forest could be crawling with cultists. Anyone I bump into is likely to be working for the cult. I'd better keep my cat's eye peeled.
Oh, we got a flashlight. I saw a little yellow dot. Here it is. Oh, hello.
I knew it. Cultists. There's no other explanation as to why anyone would be out here. Except for, you know, all the perfectly good explanations as to why someone might be out here. But what are the chances they'd have a good explanation?
What? Open wide, sweetie. I made your favorite grass salad. Oh boy. Nom nom nom. I'm so glad you finally decided to come out and get some fresh air. I've been so worried about you. It was one of those things, you know. But I'm here now. Could you pass me more grass salad? Mr. Wilde, my husband came out of his room at last. Isn't it exciting? Sure is something. So should I invoice you for my services? Seeing as you hired me to help you with that whole thing? No, I hired you to find out why he was in the room. And you never did find that out. He told me himself that he just had bad gas and felt grumpy. He came out on his own, too. So it seems, Detective, you didn't really do anything to earn your pay, so I don't see why I should pay you a cent. Excuse me?
That was the moment I knew she was pure evil.
I can't believe she said that. In fact, it makes me angry. Angry, I tell you. So angry. Anyway.
Kidnapping and joining a dark cult is one thing, but stiffing me on my bill, unforgivable.
Yep. So what are you doing out here so late at night, Detective? Practicing my monologue. Quiet night in the woods is a perfect place. Doesn't bother anybody. How about you? What could you possibly be doing in these woods for, Mrs. G? I figured my poor husband could use some fresh air, no? It's a lovely evening, too. I bet you and us are not the only ones enjoying the night. Oh, I'll bet there are all sorts of folks out here. I'll bet you're eager to meet up with some of them. Why not? I'm not a lone wolf. I like socializing and good company. And you and my husband are, well, your company, I suppose. Right, well, hope you find some of your friends out here. Who knows? Maybe I'll bump into you all. Don't be offended, but I hope not. What are you doing? Isn't your wife with the cult? Wasn't the whole point of hiding in your room to stay away from her? Well, yes, that's all true, and I was going to stay away, but, you know, after some time away, I found myself having second thoughts. New perspectives, I suppose. What kind of perspective makes it seem like going back to a cultist kidnapper is a good idea? The perspective that if I leave her, I gotta do my own cleaning and stuff. Frankly, I'd rather take my chances with her. Kidnapper, cultist. Yes, but at least she knows her way around the cleaning cupboard. Because she trapped a guy in it. Yes, and I know I was making a big deal about that, but on the other hand, I don't want to have to make my own bed, so it balances out. And alone again he was. I don't know which way I was going, so I'll just go this way. Because that looks like that was probably where I came from. Hope my friend, the lady from next door, isn't,
First one suspicious encounter, then another. That can't be a coincidence, right? Please tell me I'm right. Okay. The previous suspect might have claimed a good reason for being out here, but surely this one will spill the beans.
Lily, what are you doing here? Oh well, sweetie. Wasn't expecting to see you out here. In the middle of our romantic couples camping weekend. You and Joe are camping? Yes, we thought it might be a nice way to spend some time together. Is there a problem with that? I mean, it's a little inconvenient that you picked the night that a bunch of suspicious folks decided to go hang out in the woods. Or maybe it's very convenient for you both to be out in the woods too, if you catch my drift. I mean, it was my day off, so I guess that counts as being convenient? I mean, I suppose so. What are you doing out here, cat? I might ask the same thing of you, Joe. I'm out here spending quality time camping with my wife. Get her away from the tomcat who keeps chasing her skirts. And look who decided to show up anyway in the middle of nowhere. Who? Is it a cultist? Huh? No, it's you, you jerk. You keep asking my wife favors, and now you show up during our little camping trip. And then you wonder why I am suspicious. Hey, I'm the one who should be suspicious here. Who would want to go camping with the person they married? No. Gotta be a cover. The only cover around here is the one they're gonna put over your body if you don't clear off and leave my wife alone. Oh, right. Got it. Leaving. And alone again he was. Oop. I don't like how it sort of...
More animals. Since when did animals live in forests like this? Okay. This time it's gotta be a cultist confession, right? What are the chances that a third suspect has a legitimate reason to be out here?
What the? No, not here. See anything, Rudy? I'm not looking for you, Jimmy. You lost your hat, you gotta find it. I mean, I might have dropped it out here when I was hiking. I guess there are, other places I could have dropped it. Not my problem. All I know is you better find that hat, or it's your job. Who ever heard of a newspaper busker without a jaunty hat? It's not really jaunty, it's a kind of black hat. Oh great, now the cat's here too. What do you want? I want you to confess to your diabolical crime. That you threw away that lovely sandwich I made for you. How could you? You didn't even take it with you. Oh please, look, from what I could see that sandwich was literally just 2 slices of stale bread with some wilted greens. And mustard. Hate mustard. Yes, but it's the thought that... Wait, did you say from what you could see? As in, you didn't even try a bite of it? No comment. Also, how did you know I threw away the sandwich? Matter of fact, how come you're out here in the first place? No comment. Hope you don't end up feeling peckish when you get to wherever it is you're going. If you're going anywhere. Anywhere that's away from you, cat. Rudy, hi, what are you doing out here? Hiking and getting some peace and quiet, that's what. And making sure Jimmy finds his damn hat. Which, gotta say, is kind of cutting into my peace of quiet. Rudy, trust me on this. Jimmy's not as nice as you think. He's actually kind of sketchy. That's rich, you're telling the bookie that this guy is sketchy? Like I'm not up to my antlers in sketch. I'm basically taking sketch classes. But you know what's really sketchy? Guys who don't pay their debts, but still have time to go on nature walks instead of making money. That seems oddly specific. Who are you talking about? Why am I not surprised you forgot that you owe me money? Oh, right. I'm working on it. I've almost solved this case, and once I have, I can pay you back. Somehow. Not quite sure how. Cat, stop talking. Just get me my money, or I might have some friends have to pay you a visit. That is the wrong character speaking. Are these friends sort of friendly neighborhood kneecapping variety, or are they the sort that hides in the woods and practice weird sacrifices? Wouldn't you like to know? And alone again he was. I feel like as the game progresses, they're getting worse and worse about having the right characters on screen when dialogue is being spoken, which is disappointing.
Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to see the tiniest inklings of a pattern.
It's like
here.
I'm seeing every person I've met. So, where do I know you from again? Well, Fine Velocity Courier. Our speed is our service. Oh, right, the courier. What are you doing here in the middle of the forest? Wait, let me guess. You have a package. A ticking package. No, a bloody package. Sent to be hand-delivered to your clients? No, your bosses with the cult. No, I'm actually off work. Oh, then, that's even more suspicious. What reason could you have for being in the middle of nowhere? Brisk jog, of course. Gotta go jogging and hiking to make sure I keep at tip-top speed. This is a nice place to come get exercise. Ish, my only exercise is doing a few push-ups while I bury my face in a plate of food. No one needs to be out here to get in shape. I call shenanigans. He's also good at jumping to conclusions. No, that's our rival company. Shenanigans Shipping. We're a Pine Velocity Courier, remember? Our speed is our service. And alone again he was. I just couldn't not do that voice for that. Alright, now what? A tree? Oh, no. A person in the distance. Oh! Our flamingo friend.
What the? Is the entire city out here today? Is it National Take Your Suspicious Butt to Your Local Forest Day?
Nope, just check my calendar, it is
Because
not.
if so, I'm sorry I missed it.
What you're doing?
I thought I had it on my calendar. It's my favorite stat holiday, after all.
Francis, what are you doing here? Working on my interpretive dance moves and trying not to be interrupted by annoying cats who show up in the middle of nowhere. Why are you in the middle of nowhere? Couldn't you do this in a dance studio? I'm connecting to nature, obviously. What's so weird about that? Well, other than the fact that you happen to be out here at the same time as a bunch of cultists bent on nefarious ends, nothing weird at all. Excuse me, are you accusing me of something? Accusing? No. More like throwing something out there in the vague hope that you'll break down and confess your real reason for being out here. I'm pretty sure that counts as accusing. Either that or... Wait. Okay, scram, cat, I gotta practice. You've just given me the perfect idea for my next interpretive dance routine. The throw something out there in the vague hope that you'll break down and confess dance. Glad to help. And alone again he was. Oh. Hey!
I don't know what's weirder. How crowded the forest is getting. How everyone I know is out here picking berries or whatever. Or how somehow none of them have caved under my keen observation and skilled interrogation and immediately confessed to being a cultist. I've tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
Alright, boys, come to order. This session of the Crocodile Tears AGM is now in session. First, any new business? I was wondering about instituting casual Tuesdays. Oi, I know you, don't I? That damn cat that's scarpered with our collar. Uh-oh, and, now you'd like the collar back, I take it. Honestly, doesn't bother me either way, I still get paid the same. I thought the collars were worth a lot to, the right buyer. You think that money goes to us instead of a boss? Yeah, right. Hey, you again. You told me I had to leave the bar and deal with some trouble the other gangs were stirring up. Yeah, about that. Turns out you were right. You did us a solid, cat. Oh, that's good to know. Always happy to help. Definitely not doing it just to get you out of the bar so I could talk to the sheep you were tailing. Are those other gangs out here in the woods tonight, or is it just you? Just getting a sense of who's working overtime, if you get what I mean. Nah, I don't really get what you mean. But I suppose it's possible to have in their ATMs too. It is that time of year. So, don't suppose you can tell me if you're in this forest for nefarious reasons? I mean, I gotta consider an ATM pretty nefarious. I mean, are you up to something illegal, shall we say? Can't, we're gangsters. Everything we do is illegal. I did something illegal just by waking up and having my coffee. Look, just tell me if you're in league with a bunch of dangerous kooks and call it a day. You calling the crocodile tears a bunch of dangerous kooks? I mean, it's accurate, but... never mind. Mantis, what are you doing here? As if I don't already know. Oh, you again. Do you mind? We're in the middle of our annual general meeting, and I don't have time for distractions. I'm here on business. I'll just bet you are. So is that it? What do you mean? I stole your collar, remember? That collar that I gather you gangs have been trying to collect? Are you gonna try and fight me for it? Steal it from me? Chase me down? Not in the middle of our AGM. That'd be disruptive, dig? I'll handle you afterwards, wise guy. Okay, how long will that take? Well, we got a lot of admin to cover, so, maybe 2 hours? One if we're lucky. Alright, guess I'll start running around then. And alone again he was. Oh, there we go. Running through the woods. Oh. Oh. Oh no, I thought they were wearing robes.
Oh, four. You've gotta be kidding me.
Alright everyone, thank you for coming. What the? Thank you for coming to our first Back to Nature book club meeting. Tonight, we'll be discussing the beloved classic of Mice and More Mice. Ah, a visitor. Yes, I know he was British, but I did a different voice. Pull up a seat. Oh, are you here to join our first Back to Nature book club? Isn't it a marvelous idea? Not really. Sounds like the sort of weird cover story a bunch of cultists would come up with. Oh, that's actually the next book we're reading, I think. Lord of the Butterflies. I can't wait. Oh, hello again. I'll give him the British accent now. Would you like to join us for our book club? No, I'd like to know the real reason you're all out here. Ah, we find there's nothing quite like reading books out of doors in the middle of nature. Fresh air, lovely ambiance, getting bitten by mosquitoes. Yeah, I don't buy it. What's your real secret agenda for being out here? I mean, I suppose if we finish the book early, my real secret agenda might have room for kicking off our reading of Snakes and Snake Sensibility. Don't tell anyone, but I haven't actually read the book we're talking about today. I knew it. A confession of guilt. What's your real reason for coming then, if not to take part in this so-called book club? I just asked my husband what it was about, so I could answer questions and sound smart. Why else would you come to a book club? And alone again, he was. Hell yeah. Boy almighty. Alright, where's my next little yellow dot? Oh, not there, that's the river. Alright, let's see. I really don't want to accidentally get lost and spend like an hour wandering around trying to find a yellow dot to talk to. But I also don't know how I would be able to tell where I'd been and where I had to go. This is all sort of the same. Oh, looks like I came back to where I started. That's not good. Yeah, I definitely appear to be back where I started, so I must have gone the wrong way at some point. Alright. Tally-ho! Oop. No. There we go. Just keep following the path. I tell you what, the most suspicious thing is how they all vanish as soon as I talk to them. I can't go that way. Ah, I see the yellow dot in the back, in the distance there.
Gee, let me guess. This bunch also has an incredibly convenient excuse for being out here.
Al, didn't expect to run into you out here. Likewise, what are you doing out here? Truffle hunting is something the kids and I do together. Gets us out in the great outdoors and gives us a chance to all bond as a family, you know? Actually, I don't know. In fact, I find it very interesting that you've never mentioned this little hobby before today, the day when certain parties are looking for excuses to be in this neck of the woods. Certain parties? Where? My kids love parties. Also, I'm sure I would have told you about this little tradition of ours anytime you asked about what me and the kids have been up to. I don't think I have ever asked about that, so yeah. Ah. Alright. Now what? Sparkly water. More water. More water. Ah, a tree. Who put all these trees out here in the woods? It's so hard to find where you're going. Come on, cultists. Where are you? Oh, there's a yellow dot there.
Please, let this be the last time I bump into anyone suspicious that I know.
Stop. This is private party, cat. You are not allowed. What? Who has a private party in the middle of the woods? Wait do, you obnoxious mule's butt. I'm hosting a private drinking party as appreciation for my staff's hard work. Figured we wouldn't get interrupted by annoying customers. Clearly I was wrong. Well, I'm a customer, but not annoying, so aren't you lucky? Mind if I stick around a bit? No. Cool, thanks so much. That is not what I... Oh, let him be, Sergei. Besides, what are you going to do? Stand menacingly in his path? You realize he can go around you here. Oh yeah, so I can. Elma, what are you doing here? You know this is where the cult's planning to meet, right? Yeah, I know, but I couldn't turn down the invite to a party. I really needed a drink bad. Why do you need a drink so bad? Take your pick. My apartment got completely ransacked. I had to hand the collar I've been saving for my future over to the dumbest mammal in the universe. Wait, I'm the one you handed the collar to. And if that weren't bad enough, after all that stuff about the cult and the guy in the closet and everything, my brother went back to his wife. Yeah, I saw him and Mrs. G just a little while ago. That was certainly a choice that was made. For all I did to keep him safe from the cult, to try and get us out of town. But no, God forbid he has to learn how to wash his own wool for once. So here I am, getting drunk in the forest on cheap booze with a bunch of bar workers. If the cult wants to interrupt our little company retreat, then good luck. This is a private party. You realize I was able to crash this private party in 10 seconds, right? Guess you're right. If you can make it past Sergei, literally anyone could. Just be careful and keep your eyes peeled. It's not safe out here. We know there are cultists coming together to meet, and almost anyone could be one. So don't trust anyone. Not your boss, not Sergei, not your brother, not even me. Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. I'd never trust you anyway. Private party for the bar staff, huh? Gotta say, that seems a little convenient. You kidding? You know how much of a pain in my rump it was to carry all this booze out here? I just meant deciding to have it in these woods on this night in particular. It's very interesting. So what? If I'd had it in a different part of the woods on a different day, it'd have been boring? I guess I just don't understand why you'd come all this way to drink and party. Mostly so you wouldn't show up. Yes, that fell through, so. You sure it's not because of some other private party out here you're catering? Oh, first, bartenders don't cater. That's food, not drink. Second, if I told you, it wouldn't be much of a private party, would it? Then how am I supposed to know about it? This kind of crap is the reason you're my least favorite customer. Yeah. Bear? Can you give me the inside scoop on this whole party in the woods thing? It is party in woods. You are not welcome. I mean, I knew that, but that's the same as everywhere, really. Perhaps you should take note and leave things alone. Nah. And alone again he was. It's gotta be the cops, isn't it? I'm running out of other people to run into in this mysterious forest. Mysterious, inexplicably colored forest. And I came all the way back to the start again, so I guess I go this way. I like running into the people and everything, it's funny. Oh, damn, mouse. But, literally going in a circle is kind of annoying. Where else do I need to go then? It's nice looking at least, and I like the film grain effect. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, not here, I guess. Oh, an impenetrable force field. Okay, alright. I mean, they could have done lots of different things to make it impassable other than just invisible walls in the middle of the woods, but okay. Oh, I walked through that rock. Oh, well, I don't want to take any chances. Oh, look at that giant building. That's a perfect place to have a cult. Alright, everyone, thanks for coming to the annual police department picnic. Thanks to Betty for putting this all together. Oh yes, definitely good use of my time as opposed to actually solving crime. So if you pass by our desk, give her a polite nod in recognition of her service. This picnic is about celebrating the very hard work our department does. We were supposed to be working? And that's why today is all about us, the police. Not party crashers who think they can do our job better than we can and think they can just sneak up and eavesdrop. He's talking about you, Al. Oh, right. Betty, what are you all doing here? Do you need those furry ears of yours cleaned? Department picnic, like I said. Now is not a good time. I don't have time to explain, but these woods are swarming with insane cultists. So far, I've only seen you. So that covers the insane part. Betty, for once in my 9 lives, I'm being serious. Something's going on in this forest to do with whoever's behind the cat case. Well then, guess it's a good thing the chief insisted we have our picnic in these woods today. What, because there's even more cover for cultists being out here now? No, because it means I'm around to keep an ear out. And it sounds like you need all the help you can get. Thanks. Really, I mean it. This is too close to being a moment. Go on, keep looking around. Officer Hippo? Oh, you're that cat who was getting their fur in a twist about the scene at the warehouse. You mean that scene where a cat that looked exactly like me except for the size, shape, and swanky outfit ended up dead? Yeah, that scene. Don't know why you were so bothered, frankly. Been looking forward to this picnic. I could use some fun social downtime after working so hard. Oh yes, I saw how hard you worked at the archives. So hard. Look, I was awake and capable of conversation. I consider that a pretty damn productive day myself. Besides, it's hard work having the memory of an elephant. It takes a lot of mental diligence to never forget. Guess that makes sense. Also, who are you again? Chief, what are you doing in this forest? Which part of department picnic that you're not invited to did you not pick up on? I think I've got a lead that'll crack this whole dead cat case wide open. Are you still on about that? The case is closed. Wild. No case, no reward, no nothing. And no reason for you to be skulking around. Certainly not on a day when we're enjoying ourselves in the woods, completely innocently, without a suspicious possibility in the world. That sounds suspicious. Alone again he was. This is the perfect place to have a suspicious cult. A building in the middle of the woods.
Looks like a cabin. Exactly the kind of remote secret location a cult needs for all its
Ooh, I see
dark
a candle, too.
rituals. Who knows what sort of diabolical scene I'll be walking in on.
Alright, prepare yourselves, chat. There might be any number of diabolical scenes in there.
Okay. Significantly less diabolical
Just nicely
than I
furnished.
expected.
But
Hang on.
diabolically furnished.
What is a cabin this nice doing out here?
Ah, pop my wrist.
I thought the whole point of a cabin was to go back to nature, not whatever this is. Either someone's missed the point, possibly me, or something's up with this place.
Could be
I'd
both.
better look around.
Oh,
Whoa, these wall lamps are really shoddily made. They just fold over the second you touch them. Either that, or they're hidden levers. But what are the chances a secret cult would be into that sort of thing, right? I wonder if there are any others.
oh, time limit. A time limit in this game? The heck? I mean, not much of a time limit. I haven't been that pressed for time since the inexplicable
Open
time
sesame.
scene in Deadly Premonition, where you just have to do two things in a minute. And they're about 2 steps away. Or apart, I should say.
Wait, open sesame? Sesame, would you please open? Oof. No way I'll make it from the switch to the other side of the door. Not without getting squished. Maybe I could brace the door open with something. Eesh. This cult sure doesn't go much for convenience, does it?
Alright, well, I could probably brace it with this thing that's directly beside it.
Perfect. That should be sturdy enough to wedge the door open.
You could have made it a little bit harder than that, but... Also, is there a way for me to turn off the flashlight while I'm in this illuminated room? It makes it hard to see. Put wood.
Woo. Hope that'll hold.
Now, if they have a sense of comedic timing, the wood will splinter.
Guess it just needs
Nope.
to for another few seconds.
Loading caves. Uh-oh. I'm still colored. Interesting. Oh, that didn't sound right. I'm still in a world of color. Come with me, and you'll be
Oh,
in
hey.
a world of pure
That's handy.
imagination.
A map of the evil kidnapping cult's lair.
Yeah. All right. So elephant is right, right, left, left, right, left. Let's write this down. Elephant is right, right, left, left, right, left. Bird is right, left, right, right, left, right. And cat, that's me, is left, left, right, right, left, right.
See, there it is.
Cemeteries.
Lair in big letters. Even have it underlined.
No,
How
they don't.
thoughtful.
It's also not in big letters.
I guess that must be where the cultists gather. Let's not be there for the moment. What else is there? Oh, hey, it looks like we're close to all the animal cemeteries in the area. That's not creepy in the slightest. The elephant graveyard is near here. Huh. Hope they've got big holes and big shovels to dig 'em. Budgie burial grounds. For all the budgies and birds of a feather. I was there once.
I'm sure you got banned.
Mistook it for an all-you-can-eat buffet. And, of course, kitty for the dead. I'll be there one day. Not today, I hope. It seems this tunnel system links up with all the cemeteries around here, with different ways to get to each. I'm sure that's not in any way, shape, or form going to be important information to remember. Maybe I should explore for myself a little. Worst case, I can always check the map if I forget anything in 2 minutes or so.
Alright.
Oh, they got a cell down here too.
Yep. Hello.
Cozy. Everything a cult HQ needs for nefarious
That must be Schrödinger.
shenanigans.
You first. Who's there? Albert? How do you know my name? My God, you've grown, Albert, and started walking around on two paws and wearing clothes and talking. Wait, you're not my Albert, are you? You're the Albert of this universe. Of course, it makes sense. Actually, no, nothing is making sense right now. Let's start with something I can make sense of. Who are you? My name is Erwin Schrödinger. I'm a physicist specializing in quantum theory. These are my cats, Niels, Werner, and Max. Wait, that's not possible. You're on some sort of lecture trip abroad. I think. Also, I'm fairly certain you're not weirdly pink and furless. That must be my counterpart from this universe, I imagine. There are multiple Alberts. It stands to reason there are multiple Schrödingers. Wait, that's right. That was the name Mr. G mentioned. You were the one trapped in the closet, weren't you? Yes, that was me. His wife trapped me in there after I arrived in your world. Mr. G found me and went for help, but his wife returned before he did. She and your cultist friends brought me here, and I've been stuck here ever since, save for when they forced me to work in the lab. Lab? Our world? Hang on, what are you talking about? I'm not from your world. It's complicated to explain. I tried to tell Mr. G, but I don't think he quite understood. Well, if he didn't understand it, then I'm deep cowpaths. Just try explaining it like I'm 5 years old, because, well, I am 5 years old. Let's start with... What do you mean by our world? Or your world? Whatever. You see, in quantum theory, there is the idea of the multiverse. Multiple universes, all existing simultaneously, parallel to each other. At every event point, a diversion can occur, creating a new universe. The multiverse is a quantum superposition with infinitely increasing divergent quantum worlds. I was with you all the way up to, you see. Right. Well, the simpler version is that there are infinite worlds and dimensions out there, each springing out of a different choice or outcome. Let's say you choose to have butter on your toast for breakfast this morning instead of jam. That means that parallel to this world, there's a world where instead you chose jam, and the rest of the day played out accordingly. Joke's on you, I had both butter and jam on my toast this morning. The point is that for every potential outcome in all of history, there is a word for it. And then worlds for outcomes within outcomes diverging further and further. Thus, some worlds would be identical to the one you know, while others would be very different. Point where some have animals that don't speak or wear clothes or stand like humans. What are humans? My point exactly. Your world doesn't have them due to some earlier difference in history. And yet I am one myself. Both worlds have Schrödingers, and it seems Alberts. But they are very different animals. Literally, in some cases. Anyway, anything else I can explain? How did you get in this cell anyway? Or, scratch that, how did you get in Mrs. G's closet to start with? Well, I was conducting some experiments involving atomic disruption and translocation involving wave functions of... On second thought, considering no one else seemed to understand what I was testing, I'll try and keep it basic. Let's say I was working on an experimental machine that required a test subject. And considering I'd already done some major thought experiments with cats, I figured it was only fitting to use one again. Did the cat agree? In our world, cats barely agree to anything. But Albert, my Albert, eventually got in the box, and I activated the machine. When I opened the box, Albert was gone, along with his collar. I had no idea where he'd gone or what happened to him. So you stopped the experiment in its tracks so you could find my counterpart, right? No. In science, you must repeat experiments to ensure the results are accurate. So I did it again with Max, Werner, and Niels. By the time I realized what had happened, that their collars had supercharged the machine to cause multiversal teleportation, all of them had vanished and I was very worried. So I attempted to follow them. You got in the multivagal teleprompter box? Yes, along with the collar to ensure the same traversal would occur. And it did, albeit with some complications. One such complication was appearing in a certain apartment, along with a large implosion that took out the wall. So the holes that kept coming up were from you and your cats teleporting in? That's right. And in my case, it certainly caught the attention of the animal living there, Mrs. G. She acted concerned, asked me what I was doing there, and after I told her everything, offered me some rather potent tea that put me to sleep. Sounds like you know the rest. So what is the cult's goal at any rate? They must think you can help them somehow. What is the goal of any cult? Either fanaticism, that's not how you spell fanaticism, or a fantasy, specifically fulfilling their own fantasies and desires. They brought you here to do that? Did they arrange the whole thing with you and the cats teleporting here? No, I do not think they're that smart. My arriving here was an accident. All they did was jump on the chance to capitalize on it once they realized I could help them. Help them do what? What do they want? They would not tell me, other than claiming that reaching other worlds would help them become everything they were supposed to be. Could they not have just joined the army or something? At any rate, that's why they've been collecting all the collars. Bringing them together should allow them to rip apart the fabric of reality and reach other worlds. But in the meantime, they had me working on a little backup project that might get them there as well. Okay, so we know that Mrs. G wanted to be a ballerina, so she's got like a frustration in her past. Do we know any other characters that might be in the cult because they have frustrations in their past? No, not really. None that I can think of. Oh well. Little did they know it might get me out of here. You said the cult had you working in the lab. What does that mean? When I first arrived, I told that she-wolf what had happened and where I came from. I thought she could help, but instead she told her cult and they got an idea. They thought they could use me and my work to achieve their own evil ends. So they locked me in here and made me work on their little project. How's that been going? Bad for them. None of them knew anything about quantum physics and engineering, so they just threw me in and threatened me to work. At first, I refused. What was my life to stopping them anyway? Then they brought in Niels and Max, and I couldn't put them at risk. The weird-looking cats. They threatened them? Yes, unless I designed something that helped them. But even then, they didn't know what I was doing, so I was able to work on something to help me escape. It's like Iron Man, making the not the flux capacitor, the arc reactor. But more fool me. They tired of my delays and excuses and locked me up for good. And worse, I realized that I was just their backup plan. Backup for what? A rainy day? No, for finding all my cats and collecting their collars too. Mein Gott, the collars. Tell me, are they safe? I know the cult recovered 3 of these kitties here, but what of mine? And Albert's? Don't worry. The collars are safe. Well, 2 of them are. No, I brought them to the cult. Thank goodness. I'm glad my friend Mr. G was able to take them somewhere safe. Yeah, I've got both of them on me in my pocket. You... What? You stupid cat. Why would you bring them here? Don't you know they're what the cult is looking for? I don't understand why they're so important, other than, you know, the whole I can teleport places thing. The experiment that sent the cats here supercharged their collars. Wait, do you want simple or accurate? Oh, simple, 100% of the time. Well, the collars got charged with energy when they were transported to this world. That's the power to be in 2 places at once, like a teleporter, as you apparently found. If all 5 were in the same place, they would have enough combined energy to do that for places between worlds. Or to rip open the space-time fabric between them. Still not simple enough. Is that good or bad? Very bad. It's one thing for a cat or a human to come from one world to another, but an entire universe? Even I couldn't guess at what might happen. One world crowding out another, both worlds being merged by force, both worlds blinking out of existence. Okay, yeah, that last one seems like something that should be avoided for sure. Indeed, which is why I gave my collar to Mr. G to keep it away from the cult. Not bring it straight to them, Doomkopf. So what's the deal with these cats? For starters, they look different. Small. Naked. That's natural for our world. In our world, cats are small and adorable pets that live around humans as companions. What? Impossible. Surely with our intellect and manipulation skills, we'd be running the show and forcing other species to do our bidding. You're not entirely wrong there. Oh good, the very idea of us being pets. We'd never have masters, we'd have staff. At any rate, these four with my Albert, have been a big help in my work, keeping me company in the lab and so on. That was how I got the idea to try my new machine on them and see how it worked. I never thought it would react with their collars and send them here. Okay, ignoring the shrieking, hissing, clawing ethics of the whole situation. Wait, you teleported them here ahead of you. Then why did you arrive a month before they started showing up and getting catnapped by the gangs? Time moves differently between universes. What happened first can end up coming last, so it was with my cats and myself. I sent Albert, my Albert, through first, then Werner, Max, Niels, and then I tried it myself. First, then Niels, Max, Werner, when found in order, and only leaves the first cat, my Albert. Thought I heard something about him coming through, but they haven't brought him back. Do you know what's happened to him? Oh boy. About your Albert. Do you know what happened to him? What happened to him? Yes, I guess. Albert is dead? My poor little guy. I'd assumed if the others survived, he would have as well. Well, you know what they say about assuming? It's something very rude about donkeys, which isn't nice. Some of my best friends are donkeys. But what happened to him? How did he end up dead? The body was found at a warehouse downtown. No signs of foul play, or foul play for that matter, just a big hole in the roof above him. No one knew who or what he was, or what killed him. That was actually how I got involved in the case to begin with, to get to the bottom of things. Plus, he looked a little bit like me. The hole was in the roof, you say. I wonder if the fall... He might not have had time to land on his feet. Or, maybe the whole thing was just too much strain and trauma for the poor boy. He was getting on in years and didn't have the best heart. Yet you used him for your big, weird experiment? Sorry, I'm giving them both the accent. Well, that was mostly because he curled up inside the machine and refused to budge when I tried to get started, so I went along with it. I gave up arguing with Dealer Elbows years ago. Sounds like he didn't have the best heart or the best brain. No, that was my Albert for you. Fluffy, lovable, charming, and profoundly stupid. Why are you smirking wistfully at me like that? Just musing on the fates that led my Albert to his death, but brought another Albert here to help. Let's just hope you're a little smarter than the Albert from my world. Okay, never mind all this deep theoretical physics mumbo-jumbo. How do I get you out? The cultists keep the key on them at all times. Oh goody, I get to be a cat burglar. Funny story, as a kid, I thought it was cat bugler, so I pestered my parents for a bugle, and I have an easier idea. That backup project they made me work on, it's actually a little miniature teleporter, like a small version of my original device. Theory, it could teleport a user to the same spot in another world. That's why the cult ordered me to work on it. And why not use it to get away from here? Any world's got to be better than this one, even if they do have smaller, dumber kitties. Well, one, it's not finished yet. Two, I've been deliberately sabotaging and modifying it for more local teleportation. Say, teleporting me out of my cell. Three, and most importantly, it needs to be charged first. And more specifically, charged with quantum particles that vibrate between realities. So yeah, you mean like the charged particles that are in those colors? Exactly. And since you were stupid enough to bring their colors along, well, it turns out that was a smart move. Hey, being smart in stupid ways is sort of my calling card. Okay, so go into the laboratory. It's very close to the cell, just out in the tunnel. Once you're there, look for the mini teleporter and bring it here. So what does this mini teleporter look like? Oh, you won't be able to miss it. You'd have to be an idiot to mistake anything else for it. That sounds totally promising and not foreshadowing in any way, shape, or form. Hurry, the cultists might discover us at any moment. I'll be waiting here. Everything depends on you, my second Albert. Hey, I think you'll find I'm Prime Albert, the one and only original. And I'm about to prove it. I cannot see anything. Alright, I guess it must be this way. Nope. Maybe not. Why is there just a tunnel that leads to nothing? Oh, there isn't. It's just... There is. Okay, never mind. Oh, there's one going the other way, too. And then down. I don't know where I'm going. Very confused. And then I go further down.
You know, as raw take down the weirdo cult as I am, I sort of feel like walking right into their little meeting to tell them off isn't quite the right way to do it. It just seems so gauche. Not to mention dangerous as heck, though clearly that wouldn't stop me.
My bad. Oh, found the hidden place. No, I don't want this. I want to see... Can't I look at the map without going back to... Okay, I guess I have to go back to look at the map. Alright.
I'd better check the map out again if I'm gonna get out of here.
Alright, so... This way. Ah, that looks like a lab to me.
Whoa. What is this place? What is all this stuff? Okay. Schrodinger said the mini teleporter was in this room. That even an idiot would know which one it is. And I'm no idiot, so, where should I start?
Alright, what do we got here? Banana? A watch? A mysterious box?
A big metal box. Wait, didn't Schrodinger say something about his experiments and research involve cats and boxes or something? Well, this is a box, and boxes make for great teleporters for reasons.
It's true, it's true. Can confirm.
Ingenious, really. Yeah, this has gotta be it. I bet Schrodinger's gonna be impressed.
Nope, that's ominous. Good news, I was able to find your teleporter. Oh, thank goodness. Here, bring it so I can see it. Here it is. You were clever to disguise it as this box. I know you like boxes and putting cats in them to make them disappear or something, so I don't judge. But I figured this had to be it. 999. That was how I got the cats here in the first place, not how I get them out. Look, I don't know the ins and outs of your weird cat in the box obsession, my guy. You do you. Somehow, Albert Einstein is laughing at me. I can feel it. The point is, no. That's not the teleporter I asked you to find, and you'd know that if you'd paid any attention. I don't know, I kind of figured it may or may not have been a teleporter, and no one could really know until it was properly observed. Perhaps I was being a little hasty when I said that even an idiot could recognize the teleporter. Either that, or you are a very profound idiot. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Which I never really understood, now that I think of it. Aren't those two entirely different numbers? Profound idiot, got it. Here, let's just hope that was a temporary snag. Would you head back in there and find the actual teleporter, please? Alright. Guess it's the watch.
A watch, huh? It looks like an ordinary watch to me, but that must be its genius. He said it was a mini teleporter. How much more mini do you get than being on the back of your wrist? That guy is so smart. Okay, that last one was a bust, but this has definitely got to be the teleporter. I'm sure like Schrodinger will agree.
I'm not sure. I could go 50-50 on that. I mean, he's either going to agree or he's not. Good news. I was able to find your teleporter. This time. Again. I bet you actually collected the right one this time. Oh, absolutely. I recognized the teleporter as soon as I saw this watch. You mentioned a mini teleporter, so I figured it had to be something that went on your wrist, all convenient, like a watch. That was some excellent deductive reasoning. Woohoo! Except for the bit where you were totally wrong. What the fuck? This is just an ordinary watch, Doomcock. Hey, don't blame me. You were the one talking about all the weird stuff like reality and time being weird and bendy and stuff. I figured it totally had to be a hint at watches and clocks. Unless I'm thinking of that one artist who does weird bendy watches and clocks. What was his name? Salvador Dalmatian? I can't believe my life rests in the hands or paws of a cat who can't recognize a mini teleporter when it's right in front of him. Well, like your cats could recognize it. Trust me, you don't want to start comparing your intellect to that of my pet cats. I don't think you'd be flattered by the results. Okay, one more time, get the mini teleporter. You get it right this time. Okay, you motherfucker, if it's a banana, how was I supposed to know it was a banana? And if it's not a banana and it's this big ass thing, how am I supposed to bring that to you? I mean, it's clearly not this because I can't interact with it.
Huh. Is this
a banana?
Why is there a banana in here? Seems kind of out of place. Which clearly means it must be the mini teleporter. I bet there's all sorts of strange tech hidden within its mysterious rubbery yellow skin. Alright, I got the last two wrong. But this time it's gotta be the one. Third time's the charm.
There's literally nothing else I could interact with, so...
Ow.
Oh.
That hurt. Didn't land on my feet that time. Because something was under my feet.
I couldn't find it myself because I was playing a stupid character.
What did I trip on? Huh. What's this? Looks like some garbage just lying around. I guess Schrodinger isn't practicing good organization in the lab. Someone should call him on that. I'll bring this along so I can wave it in his face and scold him.
Back to the cell. Good news, I was able to find your teleporter. I can't bear it now that around of you see. Please tell me you actually brought the teleporter this time. Oh, absolutely. By process of elimination, I'm figuring it absolutely positively a 75% chance that it has to be. But I hand it to you. This was an amazingly intelligent move to hide the teleporter in the banana. How did you manage to get past the peel to? What are you talking about? It's a banana, you stupid feline. Well, yes, but that's the giveaway, isn't it? Why would something as odd and out of place like a banana be in a scientific lab? Only one explanation. That the cultists kept me fed while I worked, and that the banana was my lunch. Okay, two explanations, I suppose. Unbelievable. A lab with barely anything of note, and you still managed to find the one vital device. Hey, I tried, okay? I went through almost everything that was there, and now there's barely anything left. We're down to one last thing to check. That and the garbage I tripped over. Garbage? What do you mean? Oh yeah, this thing I tripped over on my way out. Don't you ever clean or organize your workspace? Or do you just litter anything broken or worthless on the ground? You stupid, beautiful cat. This is the mini teleporter. You found it. I did? I mean, obviously I did, but are you sure? It looks kind of dead. It doesn't even turn on. Of course not. That's because it hasn't been charged with quantum particles. It was why I couldn't use it earlier. I was hoping for a chance to charge it with one of the collars the cult's been keeping. But now that the adorable idiot has brought his collar like a good little kitty... Oh, hang on, I'm not that type of kitty, and... Oh. You mean you're Albert's collar. Sorry, thought you meant something else. Just call her to the mini teleport for a few moments. You should feel a slight tingle. Ow! My fur is all staticky. If it's ready, then hand it over through the bars. Make sure you're ready to run once I'm out. After charging... Alright, I think it's got enough juice in it to get where it's going. Excellent. Pass it through the bars to me and I'll act. Niels, Max, Werner, come to me, little ones. We're going to get out of this nasty place and back home to a nice saucer of milk. Actually, Mr. Physicist, who apparently doesn't know his biology, most cats are lactose intolerant and... So... he just used it to go on the other side of the door? Now who's the idiot? I believe this is worth an abracadabra. Wait, how did you just teleport over to the cell like that? Well, for now, at least, the teleporter will take me to the source of its quantum charge. In this case, the collar. I'm sure it's very shocking and confusing to you. Oh, actually, not shocking at all. Confusing, absolutely, but it sounds like it's just a small version of the IQ-0 machine that teleports me places. Can I take a look at it? I suppose you kind of do. Wait, you've been teleporting yourself? With Albert's collar? But how? It's a long story. Lots of physics involved, which you'd probably dig, actually, and the machine's a lot bigger than this. More colorful, too.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps you can tell me all about your own quantum spatial adventures. Maybe after we've escaped this benighted cult. Right, follow me. I've wedged open the entrance to these tunnels. Once we're through and back at the cabin, we can go get help. After a while... Alright, let me slip under first. Wait, why? I'm the one who's been captive for weeks. Surely I deserve to get out of here first. Yeah, but consider my counter-argument. I don't like it here and I want to leave. So I should get to leave. Fine, go ahead then. Just be careful. That door is being held open by sheer dumb luck at this point. Well, given your presence, I figure we have plenty of that at this point. Hey, wait a minute. Kitties. Well, now you're through and safely on the other side. Next up is... My cats, Niels, Werner, Max, come to me, my little babies. Okay, now everyone but me is totally safe. I think it's high time for me to be totally safe as well. Werner, what are you doing? Stop scratching at that thing. It's not a toy, young man. Leave it alone. Stop batting at it. Is it in your way? It is in a rather awkward place, isn't it? Let me just nudge it so it's out of the way. Not exactly my brightest moment. I thought you were supposed to be the smart one. The one who knew about physics. What part of thing jammed in doorstops, door moving did you miss in your education? Look, I'm more of a theoretical physicist, really. Besides, it's really Werner's fault. Should have known anyone named after Heisenberg was going to be trouble. Whatever. There's a way to open the door on your side. Just, flip the switches or on the lamp thingies on the walls at once. Explained like a true professional. Hey, you're supposed to be the award-winning brainiac. Fine, simple terms. Flip 4 levers quickly, jam door open quickly. Got it? Oh yes, except for the quickly bit. I'm not a cat like you, and I'm getting on in years. No way I can move that quickly. Oh, are you saying I'm stuck in here? I can go get help. Who should I look for? Betty. Find Officer Betty. She's a dear friend of mine and a cop. An actually vaguely decent one. She'll be able to help you and send backup for me. I understand. I take it if I don't see her, any other police officers I find should be able to help me. Should is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, let's just say. Very well, but what about you? What can we do to help you get out once I find help? The map on the wall showed that there were a bunch of cemeteries and graveyards out here. I think the tunnels might link up with them. Tell Betty to bring help and meet me at... Kitty for the Dead Cemetery. I'll get there as soon as I can. I just have to memorize the route through the tunnels to reach the exit. Not just the tunnels out. You'll have to go straight through the cultist meeting hall to get there. All the cultists are still meeting. Yeah, I know. That's why I told you to bring help and be there waiting. I'm gonna be coming in hot with a lot of cultists on my very fine tail. Very well. I'll find your friend and make sure that there are plenty of backup. Right now, before you go, I have a foolproof plan that you'll need to tell them exactly so that we... Wait, hello? Are you still there?
Well, crap. He left in a hurry. Sure hope it was because he was worried about me and wanted a rescue party put together quickly. Anyway, I guess I won't be getting out this way anytime soon. Which means there's only one way to go.
Let me make sure I got my map right.
I'd better check the map out
Left.
again if I'm gonna get out of here.
All right. I'm gonna get lost getting to where I'm going. I'm here, so I'm gonna turn left and then just keep following. Okay. And it is left, left, right, right, left, right. Alright. My mouse always moves when I let go of it. Okay, I didn't do it that time. Never mind.
All right. Here we go.
Into the lion's den.
Into the lion's den. If there are any lions in the cult.
That was a little bit of everybody. Alright, we have to be very sneaky. Brethren, we're approaching the dawning of a new age. Everything we've worked for is at
So
hand.
the chief of police was in on this. That's the least surprising thing I've learned all day, actually.
Hooray! At last, we're going to have everything we've ever wanted. It's about time. I thought that fool Schrodinger was never going to finish that device of his. Guess we don't need it now. Not now, we have all the colors in our possession. Once we touch them all together, it will open a rupture for us.
Just like Schrodinger was worried about.
Wait,
But hang on.
not to be that cultist guy, but what do you mean all the colors? There are 5, and looks like we've still only got 3.
Oh, good. Someone else noticed it too. I was worried I'd screwed up the math.
An understandable error on your part, Brother Joe. Yes, we have these 3 as helpfully provided by my gang's contacts with the criminal underworld.
I can barely hear him. He's too. Maybe if I lean in a little
Oh,
closer.
no. As for the last 2, we have them now as well, seeing as they're about to be hand-delivered. Whoops. Hand-delivered by the world's biggest moron. Told you that idiot would show up eventually. This is, I can explain. I'm here to return Jimmy's hat. I found it in the woods while I was hiking for totally legit reasons. I know you were missing it earlier. Cat, we all know why you're here, what you were eavesdropping on, and what you've got in your pockets. Hey, look, I know there's a lot of questionably grimy lint in these pockets, but please tell me I can thump him if he doesn't shut up. Hell, I'd support you thumping him even if he does. Shutting up now. Or, not shutting up. What do I have to do to not get thumped? Oh, I think thumping will happen pretty definitely, but it might be more satisfying to watch after we've achieved our goal. For now, however, handcuff him and take his collars, then shove him in the cell with Schrodinger until we've finished with the ritual. Wait, you knew I had the remaining collars the whole time? Of course, you nincompoop. I was there in the room when you stole one of them from my vault, remember? Oh yeah, but then, why didn't you try and steal it back from me like you did with Elma? Because you are what we in the organized crime business like to call a total maroon. Why waste time and energy on you when you're eventually going to end up bumbling into our claws anyway? Yeah, we wouldn't have bothered casing Elma's place if I'd known she was going to hand hers over to you too. I don't know what you're talking about. Elma didn't give me anything, not even any info. In fact, I don't even know who Elma is. I literally saw the 2 of you chatting in the bar earlier today, chatting about the collars, but that. Well, how did you know she even had a collar in the first place? After all, Mantis stopped her from making off with the one in my case. Sure did, which suggested she'd probably been looking for the others to make a quick buck. That fluffy hussy. I bet she snuck into my house and stole it from Schrodinger's closet. I always knew she was bad news. Not like my dear sweet Mr. G, who wasn't involved in any of this and doesn't know anything about my little side hobby. Do you want to tell her, or should I? You ain't telling her nothing. 5 minutes, it's not gonna matter anyway. Which reminds me, what exactly is your plan anyway? I know it involves collars and multiverses and a bunch of stuff Schrodinger explained and I completely ignored, but I still don't know what you're actually trying to get out of all this. How is messing with reality gonna help you? Oof, like we're dumb enough to tell you. Actually, our cult charter specifically states that we must share our grand vision when asked in order to recruit new members. So, I think we're actually legally obliged to tell them. What? That's ridiculous. Who wrote our charter? Some idiot with no understanding of the law? Didn't you write our charter? Oh, right. Well, I did want more chances to practice my dramatic monologues. Maybe a chance to explain how ripping open the fabric of reality is supposed to make you rich? Yes, I was always a bit unclear about that part too, but I figured it works out somehow. Oof. You got a limited vision, Wilde, even for a cat. It was never about wealth and money for us. Wait, it wasn't? I always thought we were going to get rich off of this. Maybe I should have actually read the chart. Since our founding, we've always known that true power is beyond society's bonds, its ridiculous trappings. It's in nature. We gotta get back to our roots. Be our natural selves in our natural forms, living as nature intended. I don't get it. Of course you don't. You're a stupid short cat in a dumb suit. But that's not what you're supposed to be any more than I'm supposed to be working a day job and wearing a tie to keep my wife happy. I'm supposed to be 6,000 pounds of muscle horns and fury, while you're supposed to be a tiny four-legged furball like the ones that came with Schrodinger. And now, thanks to Schrodinger, we can all be what we're supposed to be. Wait, what? You want us to be like the animals in Schrodinger's world? But why? Hey, society stinks. Mostly because it's filled with idiots like you. Not superior animals like us. We deserve better. But we didn't know what that was or how to get it. Until dear Schrodinger appeared in my living room talking about coming from other realities. I knew this could be the opportunity we'd been waiting for, so I captured him and told the others. I'll admit I got a bit hazy on things after that. Not sure how turning into our natural selves is going to make us all rich, but I'm sure it's part of the plan somehow. Right. But, the point is that we realized that the animals in Schrodinger's world are what our natural forms really are before we started walking and talking and paying taxes. And thus, we knew what we had to do. Tear open our universe and either rewrite it or leave it entirely for one where we can return to our natural forms and live the way nature intended. Wait, that's your evil plan? That's your nefarious scheme to end all schemes? Ingenious, isn't it? What do you think? Wait, I'm sorry. Were you expecting me to have any other answers in mind? What? What's so stupid about it? Well, off the top of my head, I mean, what's so great about returning to your natural forms? Sure, I guess I can see the appeal for Joe or Mrs. G. Damn right. Can't wait to turn into a giant brick truck of muscle. But the chief would just turn small and fuzzy and helpless, just like me. And Jimmy would probably be stuck pecking through the city trash and pooping on statues. And Mantis, wait, you're already in your natural form, aren't you? Fail to see the problem. I'm just saying, this ultimate plan of yours doesn't seem very thought out. Or at all thought out. Or like anything resembling thought went into it. You got some nerve saying that, Albert, considering you're dumber than the cats Schrodinger brought with him. That may be true, but it seems like I'm smarter than all of you, huh? We're not the ones outnumbered and trapped. Joe, Jimmy, grab him and take his collars. Then he can go keep Schrodinger company in our cell. Music to my ears. Give it up, cat. Wait, before you lock me up, there's something very important I have to say to Mrs. G. Bad news. I found out why your husband was really hiding in his bedroom. He was getting his ducks in a row. Pardon? I don't think we had any ducks come round to our place, and certainly none of them went in to see him. I mean, divorce sucks. Divorce ducks. Ducking, divorce, whatever. He's planning to divorce you. What? How could he? After all the cleaning I've done for him. I know, right? And now he cuts you loose to go date another wolf in sheep's clothing. Not if I have anything to say about it. I'll huff and I'll puff, and I'll... Save it for later, okay? We got bigger things to worry about. This is just distracting everyone. It sure is. Yoink! Looks like you forgot that as a cat, I'm good at 3 things. Being dumb, being distracting, and being dexterous. Let's go! You idiots! You smashed the collars! Get him! Prepare to run. I'm prepared. Alright, it's left, left, right, right, left, right. Left. Down. Oh, ow. Retry. I did not expect to have to duck. I don't know what button duck is. It's slide, okay. Left. Slide. Left. Slide. Slide. Right. No, I hit the right button. Alright. We gotta lock in, boys. Oh, I don't have to hold forward, at least. That's something. Left. Duck. Right. No, I hit the wrong one. No, I turned right instead of left. God, I'm stupider than the cat. Alright. Left. left. What? Okay, I have to wait until the prompt comes up. I can't be holding it ahead of time. Okay. Oh, that was close. Duck. Left. Duck. Duck. Right. Okay. Duck. Right. Duck. Oh! Oh, that was close. I slid into it. Nice. Right. Oh, I made it. First try. Oh. Back into the black and white world. Huh. I wonder why it became black and white again.
Yes, I made it. The cat cemetery. Just where I thought. Now, let's hope I don't end up in one of these graves ahead of schedule.
Waiting. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh boy. You sure caught up quick.
Give it up, Wilde. For the very last time, forever in fact, you're under arrest. Funny you say that, Chief. That was going to be my line to you. You're under arrest for conspiracy, theft, kidnapping, catnapping, cat slaughter, and attempted destruction of reality. But there's no such law for that last one. I should know, I'm a cop. Actually, reality has certain incidental properties, and thus the destruction of reality could be seen as a destruction of property. So, Schrodinger, for once, I'm glad to see someone smarter than I am. You found Betty like I suggested. Obviously, I'm here, aren't I? And as always, I'm thrilled to see you, Officer Betty. Glad to know you were worried about me being catnapped, but what was that about cat slaughter? I'm perfectly fine, as you can see.
Yeah.
That wasn't about you, Dumkopf. That was about my cats. Poor little Albert. Well, these jokers won't be hurting anyone else, cats or no cats. And they won't be ripping apart reality and destroying space and time either. Thanks to you, Albert. Don't make a thing of it, but can't believe I'm saying this. I'm glad you're alright. I think I lost a few of my 9 lives, but I'll be fine. What took you so long anyway? That was my fault. I thought we could use a little more help. I mean, that gets us to reluctant tolerance. You'll have to do better than that if you want actual vague, warm feelings. Elma, what are you doing here? Well, when a strange pink-skinned creature comes running through the woods yelling for help, you start to pay attention. But you definitely do when you realize it's the same guy your brother found. So I figured, well, I'm already involved. May as well see it through. I was lucky to meet both Betty and Elma, but I was not expecting Elma to be related to the sheep who almost rescued me. He came to help too. I'm just glad I was able to actually help you get free this time. Though I also came for another reason. Honey, I could forgive your crappy cut pies, your strange sense and decor, your ballet budget, even your habit of trapping interdimensional scientists in your closet. Wait, you can forgive that? But a cult bent on ripping apart reality. Sorry, babe, that's just too far for me. It's official. I want a devoted friend and partner who will weather any storm and also clean the place before going to jail. Okay, sweetie? Okay. See, I'm not the dumbest animal to ever live. Hi, Fauna. How was your stream? Hate to admit it, but yeah, my brother's got you beat. What's going on? Why is my husband being arrested? Oh god, don't we have to read out the charges again? Lily Joe was running with a really bad crew. He was trying to unmake reality just so he could feel stronger. As if. You don't believe I'd ever do something like that, do you, babe? Actually, I 100% do believe it. What? Take him away. I think it's time I enjoy the single life again. Uh-oh? So, do you think... Nope. Where is he? Where is that damn bird? I'm gonna kill him. Oh boy. It is... Your stream was good? Great, great, great. This is a pretty cool game. You're just in time for basically the ending of the game. It's kind of a visual novel-y, walking simulator-y thing with one very brief side-scrolling beat-em-up section early on. This Schrodinger guy told me how much grief you've really given me. Not only did your cult screw up the only way this idiot would ever get the money to pay me back. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But now this is going to be front page news, everyone's going to want to know about it, and I'll have to run the newsstand by myself. And if that weren't bad enough, you lost your jaunty hat. You are so fired. It did, however, do a real number, Fauna, on my voice. I was doing, like, the noir detective voice and everything, and I couldn't talk. So, fine, I was planning to land on your antlers and poop on you as soon as I got my natural form back anyway. But wait, even if Schrodinger found you all, how did you all get here? I drove them here, sweetie, naturally. I heard the kerfluffle with your friend here looking for help. When I heard you were in danger, I just had to pitch in to save you. That's really... Oh, wait, let me guess. I still have outstanding bills. Can't pay if you're dead, I say. Besides, I'm a layworm. And it sounded like this bust would result in a lot of potential new clients who need one. That they will. Perhaps a few of them will make use of your services while we finish booking. And they arrested them delicately. That's the last of them. They'll be going away for the absolute maximum the law allows. So at least a few months. Ready, everyone? I don't know what to say. Except that I know a lot of very important stuff just happened, and to be honest, I didn't really understand any of it. Never change, you indescribably empty-headed ball of fluff. Speak for yourself. I'd like a little more change from him. Specifically, changing from someone who can't pay his debts to someone who can. I don't get it. Never mind the idiot. I've got to get these cultists back to the station. What's next for the rest of them? I have to get back to my universe with my cats and those collars. They have to be destroyed so they cannot be used like this again. But returning to my own dimension would require a more powerful machine than the teleporter I discovered. I don't know where I might find one. I know where. Wait, you do? Well, will wonders never cease. Can you take me there? Absolutely. And by take you there, I mean hitch a ride there because I left my car back in the city. Loading Epileague.
So
why do I have to sit in the back?
Drive home after solving a case. You're tired, but triumphant.
Yeah, I was trying to do that voice and it was not working out.
Drained, but delighted. Exhausted, but...
Are you monologuing? Yes. Well, stop it. We've got no time for it. We're almost at the end, after all. There'll be plenty of time for that later.
The end of what?
Don't mention it. Between you and Albert and that weird cult, I've got enough clients to put 10 more kids through college. Driving you is the least I could do. Speaking of the kids, sorry if the seats are uncomfortable. They left their toys all over, so if you feel something poking into your butt, that's all it is. Oh, it's no trouble. I think my little cats have found them and they're playing with them. Aw, they are adorable, aren't they? Are all the cats in your world that cute? They're way cuter than Albert here. Continuing that theme of speaking of your kids, Deborah, where are they? You took them out to the woods for a little family excursion, right? You didn't leave them there, did you? Did you? So, hope you two don't mind if I just drop you off at the door and then head right back. I seem to have forgotten something important. You're back. Sure am. And look, I saved Schrodinger and saved the world. Multiple worlds, actually. He did, technically. I'm as surprised as you are, frankly. I'm not. Ha, see? Someone believes in me. You actually expected this buffoon to save the universe? How? Why? Because he's an Albert, and Albert saved the day. Even the worst of them, it seems. That's me. I sure... Huh? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Albert. Huh? What do you mean Albert saved the day? Because that's what we do. That's why I'm here. We? Wait, who are you? Sorry for the disguise. I was under orders not to reveal myself until the situation was under control. That's why I wasn't very chatty. Didn't want you recognizing your own voice. You're freaking gorgeous. I've never seen such a handsome devil in all my life, except when I look in the mirror. Why, thank you. You're quite dashing and comely yourself, if I do say so about myself. Perhaps proper introductions are in order. Like you, my name is Albert Wilde, but I also go by Albert693. Nice to meet you properly, Albert120431. Two Alberts. I know, and there was an earlier Albert, but we didn't get to see him because he was freakishly deformed and naked, i.e. he was a house cat. from Schrodinger's dimension, because Schrodinger is from our universe, and these people have never seen a human before. I've never seen such a handsome devil in all my life, except when I look in the mirror. That's just the designation number of your reality. There are countless versions of reality. Versions of people, versions of Alberts. We needed to keep them straight. Fascinating. So you're an Albert from another reality. What are you doing in this one, and why? To save you, Schrodinger 3. And to save this world, your world, and every world. That's what QIFA does. That's what a what does? I thought I heard a rude word. No. QIFA is short for Quantum Investigation Federation of Alberts. An organization of Alberts from across realities dedicated to protecting those realities. It's like the Council of Cross-Time Kangs, but good. When a reality is in danger, one of our agents, me in this case, uses one of our quantum teleporters to head into the field and deal with the situation. What kind of situation? Oh, all sorts. We track and investigate quantum incursions across the multiverse, from minor incidents to existence-ending ones. Things like the cultist plans, now I see. Well, I don't see. You've got an entire organization dedicated to stopping multidimensional threats and stuff? How many of those are there? Oh, countless. Why, just a few weeks ago, we had no less than 3 reality warpers and 2 potential interdimensional annihilation events. Well, I could have probably slept easier not knowing that sort of constant risk of reality ending. It's the nature of the beast, sadly. If there are infinite possibilities in universes, so are there infinite opportunities for things to go wrong. It's not all catastrophe either. Sometimes it's just petty crime, like interdimensional purse snatching. Whoa, how does that even work? Sometimes innocent people and animals just end up stumbling into the wrong reality. All we have to do is escort them home. That's always my favorite part of the job. Looking forward to helping Schrodinger home after all the other hard work. You say you saved our reality and saved Schrodinger, but you're forgetting who you didn't save. Poor little cat called Albert. It pains me to acknowledge the dumb big cat called Albert has a point. Albert 3. I'm sorry we weren't able to save him. His death was a tragic accident, but not something any of us could have prevented. The implosions that occur when traveling from one world to the other can be dangerous. Our organization's teleporters protect against it, but poor Albert only had a collar and a little colic. Oh, my poor boy. Hey, you still have me. That's quite the downgrade. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss. You seemed like a very good kitty. Frankly, I would have probably executed Protocol Clark for him if he'd survived. So this entire organization of heroic, dashing, brilliant investigators, it's all just versions of me? Why? Frankly, I was wondering the same thing. Well, the story of how we were founded is a tale for another time. But as for why we recruit Alberts to the cause, well, such an important cause requires the best of the best, doesn't it? The creme de la creme. The pinnacle of perfection. I like where this is going. I have no idea where it's going, but I like it. Our studies have shown Alberts in the multiverse to be, on average, incredibly intelligent, quick-witted, fit, charismatic, and tenacious investigators. On average. There is the odd universe with an exception. Well, lucky for you, you didn't end up in one. Good thing I happen to be all of those things, otherwise you'd have been screwed. Speaking of... I like the whole brave and stoic Albert saves reality shtick, but how did you even know there was any danger in the first place? Our organization has technology to monitor the fabric of quantum space-time for any and all material movement between realities. I have no idea what any of that means. As you might imagine, 1 scientist, 5 cats, and 5 collars fully charged with quantum energy was quite a big movement. I believe I'm to blame for that, not this Albert, if you can believe. Once we realized what had happened, we put a watch on this reality so we could return you and your cats at the earliest opportunity. But then we realized what the cultists planned. So I was sent as part of Protocol Clark to act as an undercover agent. You say you came to this universe to help and do stuff and be brilliant Agent Albert, but you didn't really do anything. You mean besides show you You can't even say you use recruit material with a straight face. Look, yes, the Alberts we've recruited so far are intelligent, skillful, and resourceful in a crisis. Sometimes in this job, that's not enough. Sometimes the only thing that can crack a case or save a reality It's dumb luck. And that's something we're really lacking. Because you can't get that kind of luck by being smart. In fact, being smart cancels it out. No, the only way to get dumb luck, the kind of profoundly dumb luck we need, is to be dumb in the first place. Let me get this straight. You're hiring this idiot because he's an idiot, so that you can call on his dumb luck to save the multiverse. It's about the size of it, yeah. Yeah, in your strange and non-animal face. Who has 2 paws and the best dumb luck ever? You do, as your performance in this case has clearly shown. Though I should point out you actually have 4 paws. Okay, I think I'm ready to go home now. I don't want to spend another minute in a reality where this fluffy pool is the best hope for survival. Actually, if he joins us, that will be every reality. I've changed my mind. I'm ready to leave reality altogether, thanks. Oh dear. Here, Schrodinger 3, I'll escort you back to your reality. The IQ-0 machine is already set up and charged. I've calibrated it to use the charge and the 5 collars to get you and your cats home. After that, it will self-destruct to prevent any other incursions. Wait, so I won't be able to use it to teleport around anymore? You couldn't without the collars anyway. But no, everything will return to normal once I leave with Schrodinger. So you'll need to decide before you go. Are you with us, Albert 120431? Can we count on you, well, your dumb luck, to help us protect the multiverse? 2 weeks later.
Just another day in the city. My city. And this city never changes. That's just reality. Well, one reality, at least. This city is rotten to the core. It stinks like a warthog that's been wallowing in some suspicious brown mud left by an elephant. Someone's gotta clean up this city. I guess it's gotta be me. Who else could I trust to keep this city's butt clean and well licked?
Oh. Yeah, sorry, I tripped over a box. Not sure how that got there. I think you put it there. Oh yeah, geez, I've only been here less than a day and I'm already getting as stupid as you are. That's the last of your stuff from your desk, huh? I take it you've submitted your resignation? Does 2 middle hooves count as a resignation? Have a good night, Fauna. I'm glad you had a good stream and thanks for dropping by. More than they deserve, I think. Anyway, welcome to the new gig, partner. I'm already regretting my choices in life. And if I'm your partner, why isn't my name on the door too? And why is she still wearing her cop outfit? When I said partner, I was thinking more sidekick, you know, kind of background support to my magnificence. Bite me. Anyway, where's my office? I should put my stuff away. It's through the secret panel in the back where I stashed my letterbox. This had better be worth it, Cat. You promised some cases that would make a world of difference. Don't worry, there will be.
The city never changes. Except when it does. Shocking twist of logic, I know. I always worked as a lone cat. But lately, I've begun to realize the benefits of working as part of a team. Everything else might have gone back to normal after Schrodinger and the other Albert left, but that's one souvenir I'm gonna hang on to. Well, that and the other souvenir. The name's Albert Wilde. Private Eye. I solve the cases no one else wants, in this reality or the next. I'm not just cleaning up this city, I'm cleaning up every city.
Yay!
Wait, that reminds me. I need a new mop and bucket. I'll have to go shopping later. Betty won't mind if I store it in her office. Anyway, I'm a new breed of kitty. I'm not just a PI. I'm Albert Wilde. Quantum PI.
Yeah. Oh, are you monologuing again? Oh. Albert Wilde and Co. She's the and Co. She should be happy about that. I do think she probably needs to take off or stop wearing her police outfit, though. The end. Yay! Cat Detective Albert Wilde, aka Quantum PI, by Beyond Those Hills, Maria and Andreas. Original story by Andreas Dictiopoulos. I won't read everything out. It was well done. I quite enjoyed it. There were a few issues, but I quite enjoyed it. And if there really is more adventures of Albert Wilde Quantum PI in the future, I will be very happy. Gotta let the credits roll. Oh yeah. It's annoying. Every other part of me that they put pins in for my acupuncture is fine, but the one, sort of the webbing meat between my thumb and forefinger on my left hand is really sore, like it's bruised. That's going to be annoying tomorrow. At least I don't need a particularly strong grip for anything that I do at work. Ooh, porting to consoles by Extra Nice. Mod. You know, this, despite being I don't say despite being a Unity game, that doesn't, but it was nice to see something done with style and pizzazz and difference that's still a Unity game. It didn't like go far afield. It didn't turn into like a Pong or anything. I'm gesturing wildly as if you can see my hands. Dedicated David Lynch. I mean, sure, I guess that's the sort of channel I have. My channel is weird PI games and janky action games, and that seems to be it. What's the community? Nope. It's a Discord. I don't want a Discord, thank you very much. All right. So as much as I'd like to keep going, because I actually am still kind of up and I'm still kind of jazzed from playing that game, I think since it's 9:30-ish, 9:40-ish, it's probably best that we raid into somebody else, because I do have work in the morning and my throat is starting to kill me. So I'm planning on doing having a regular stream schedule going into the future of probably Tuesdays, Thursdays or Fridays, and then one of the weekend days. I haven't picked out yet what exactly, but that's about what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and make it a bit more consistent. I was going to say coherent, but nothing can make me more coherent. So let's see who we can raid who's having a good time. Lots of people are streaming today. Let us raid into Gloomy. She is playing Diablo 2 and imagining that it's the year 2000. So we're going to raid into her. She's a stupid cat girl on the internet. Don't take my word for it. She'll tell you herself. So in the meantime, I hope you guys have a great few days. I will be streaming Thursday for sure because I'm having dental work done and I don't want to... But until next time, deuces.